Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Richard. This is Over and Over Again. And this is a little game that's happening this afternoon somewhere in a small place called London. Arsenal versus Manchester City, the treble winners from last season, and against a team that maybe should have won something and didn't. So it's going to be a good game, this, isn't it? Two of the top sides in the country going head to head. And maybe it's a good time to play Man City, isn't it? Who knows? But it's all going to come up the other side. So we have got some team news for you for this big game today. So this is how the teams line up then. So for Arsenal, David Raya in goal, as we assumed he would be. The back four, as expected, Ben White, William Saliba, Gabriel and Alexander Zinchenko. In midfield, there's a change. Jorginho comes in alongside Declan Rice and Martin Ødegaard. And in the front three, yes, it's been confirmed. Bukayo Saka is out. We kind of felt that he was going to be. So he is out. So it's Gabriel Jesus and Leandro Trossard either side of Eddie Nketiah. Straight away, you can see there where our weaknesses are. On the bench then for Arsenal, Aaron Ramsdale, the goalkeeper, Jacob Kiwior, Takahiro Tomiyasu, Thomas Partey, Fabio Vieira, Kai Havertz drops out, Emil Smith-Rowe, Reece Nelson, and Gabriel Martinelli is fit enough for the bench for the first time in quite a long time. So that's good news as well, isn't it? For Manchester City then, this is their lineup for today. In goal, Ederson. Their back fours, Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake, and Jaco Guardiola. The free midfield, Rico Lewis, Matteo Kovacic, who's replacing, of course, Rodri, and Bernardo Silva. And then in their front three, it's Phil Foden and Julian Alvarez. And they will be just playing behind someone called Erling Haaland. Not sure who he is, but anyway, I'm sure he's quite good if he plays for Man City. On the bench then, it's Stefan Ortega, the goalkeeper, John Stones, Sergio Gomez, Manuel Akanji, Calvin Phillips, Matteo Nunes, Oscar Bob, Jack Grealish, and Jeremy Doku. So 8 teams in. What are we thinking about this game? Are we thinking Arsenal can win without Rodri and without Kevin De Bruyne, two players that have caused us a lot of problems, of course, over the years? Is this our chance to finally get a victory over Manchester City? It'll be our first time we've beaten them in the Premier League since December 2015. So a long, long time. It's long overdue, isn't it? A victory for Arsenal in this opposition here. Nathan's in the chat. He says, hi, Rich, everyone in the chat. Hey, there, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling a bit better. I know you had a few health problems recently. I hope you're feeling better. Joe says, can't wait for us to get battered. Well, that's not very nice, Joe, is it? Come on, mate. I mean, where's your support for this team? Come on, what are you doing? Joe says, look at the difference. They have Haaland, we have Eddie. What are you talking about? There's no difference there. It's like comparing Suzanne Boyle to Dua Lipa. I don't know either of those two, but I'll take your word for it. We've got Off-Road in the chat there. He says, not looking positive without Saka. He is our only threat on the right. Not confident about this. No, I mean, I'm never confident when we play Man City because we always lose. Joe is feeling confident, as he says, 3-1 to City. He's gone, well, that wouldn't surprise me. I've got to be honest, wouldn't surprise me at all. I don't know. Saka is a big loss. There's no doubt about that. We've gone a little bit timid in midfield, putting Jorginho and Rice as though we're a little bit worried about them, rather than a more attacking player in there as we have done in most of the games. So that's a little bit of a concern, isn't it, when we're at home. But Jorginho, we know he's a steady player. He can do a job. But it's that front three worries me. Nketiah, Trossard and Jesus. And then you're looking at Phil Foden, Julian Alvarez and Erling Haaland. There's not really any... You can't compare the front three for each team, can you? They're miles ahead of us in that area of the pitch. And that's going to be where this game's probably going to be won and lost, isn't it? So I'm not feeling overly confident, if I'm honest. But I think we can get a draw. We're at home and City are without some key players. I'm going to go, I said it in the preview I did the other day, I'm going to go 2-2. There's been a few 2-2s today, so it's unlikely to be another 2-2, but who knows? Let's hope we can get a result. A draw would be a decent result against City, wouldn't it? Emerson, we've got Emerson with us today. What's your score prediction?
3-1. 3-1 Arsenal.
Oh, 3-1 up. Wow, that's a bold prediction. 3-1 Arsenal. Let's hope that comes through. Rosie, what's your prediction?
I'm going to go 2-1 now. I'm going to say City.
2-1 to City. Well, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. It wouldn't surprise me.
Go home. Take yourself home.
I mean, they've got a better team than us. They've got a better manager than us, and they're used to winning these type of games. But we're going to have to eventually we'll have to beat City, won't we? We haven't beaten them for, I think it's 12 defeats in a row in the Premier League. that run's going to end at some point. It's got to. It's just the law of averages says no team loses to another team forever, do they? So we will eventually get a result. And why not today? They've got a couple of key players missing. So have we. Obviously, with Saka, Martinelli's out, but Thomas Partey's on the bench. Maybe I'm going to be optimistic. A draw. Joe says there. Jorginho is really risky. Well, I mean, is he more risky than playing Havertz? Because it seems like he's come in for Havertz. Is that more risky than Havertz? I don't know. We'll have to see. I can see why he's done it because Jorginho is a bit more steady, isn't he? He's going to give us a bit more stability in the team in midfield, but we'll see what happens there. Joe says there, only positive for me is no Rodri. Well, yeah, obviously that's a big positive, isn't it? Because they're a different team without Rodri in there. As much of a nuisance and a pest he is a fantastic player, isn't he? So, yeah, that's the only positive for me as well. Terry says, after Richard, I'm thinking 3-1, 4-1 or 5-0 City. But apart from that, the good news is the weather is school show down here. Yeah, I mean, the weather's nice for October, isn't it? Let's be honest. And I mean, I'm slightly a little bit more optimistic than that. I mean, I think we can get a draw, but we will probably lose, let's be honest, if we're totally honest. But we'll see. Joe says maybe Martinelli can come off the bench and score. Maybe, we don't know how fit he is, do we? Quite often a player's named on the bench when they're not really fit enough to play. And they'll only come on in an emergency situation if, you know, we're desperate for a goal late on. But we don't know how fit Martinelli is. He's not even been on the bench, has he, for about 2 months. So I don't know. I would be looking more at players like Emile Smith-Rowe and Reece Nelson to come off the bench and make an impact because that fit, they've been playing minutes, not enough minutes, but they've been playing so they're sharper. Maybe look to those two, possibly Fabio Vieira to do something. I don't know. But our bench does worry me still in terms of players aren't playing enough games, are they? The players that's on the bench don't play enough games. So when they do have to play, they're not always ready, are they? That'd be my worry with Martinelli today. He's not played, has he, for ages? So although he might be sort of fit, he's not match fit, is he? Because he's not played. Joe says there, Saka has been so badly managed by Arteta, in my opinion. I mean, if by playing every single minute of every single game he's badly managed, then yes, obviously that I'd agree with you. It's difficult, isn't it? Because he's so important to the way that we play that if he's fit, why would you leave him out? I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? We don't have anybody else who can play in the way that Saka does and what he can do. We're going to find out today, aren't we? Without Saka, you know, he's been. Remember that game a couple of years ago when we ended up losing, but we played really well in the first half. He was their best player, wasn't he? He ripped them to pieces. He's done it before. Who's going to do that for us today? Jesus? No. Trossard? Maybe. Eddie Nketiah? Is he going to outscore Haaland? Who knows? Who knows? He's only about 200 goals behind him in his career, isn't he? So he's not got far to go, has he? Mark, season of chat, he says, good day, chaps. 2 eggs on toast. There you go. Pull his head. What's that say? I can't read. Oh, polished head off and looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're looking for. We're all looking forward to, aren't we? I'm glad you made your breakfast anyway. That's good to see. Oh, yeah. Well, Joe says there, he's important, but you need to use common sense. Shouldn't have played against Lons. Yeah, I mean, that's the game, isn't it? He was carrying a bit of an injury before Lons anyway. And yes, it was a tackle on him that brought the injury against Lons, which can happen any time, I suppose. But I don't know. In a game that you need a result, you play your best players. For me, you play your best players, and he is such an important player. It's a Champions League game. We maybe needed to play him, and I think that's the way that's gone. So he's got injured, and that's unfortunate. And now we're going to have to see how we get on without him. We don't always. Well, we've not seen a Premier League, have we? Last Premier League game, which was about 2.5 years ago. So we don't really know what we're going to do without him because it's been such a long time since he's not been there. Although having said that, we were 1-0 up the other night when he went off and we lost 2-1. So that's not really helping much, is it? Terry says it could have been worse. Havertz could have started the game. Wonder why Arteta didn't pick him today. Well, he didn't pick him today because of the fact that he's not done enough, has he, in the previous games? And Jorginho, I say, gives us that balance. Yes, yeah, a little bit scared, yeah. You can see by the lineup. It's a little bit conservative, really, isn't it? I think for a home game, you know, if we can't be silly and open ourselves up because City will just pick us off and score 3 or 4. But you've got to show City that we're ready to compete with them. Last season, we lost both games 7-2 on aggregate to Man City. This season, what we've got to do is in these 2 games is show them that we can at least compete with them this season. And today's a good opportunity, and I'm not sure if we're really ready for this. Anyway, we'll see. Kyle Walker's actually captaining Man City today, of course, in the absence of all the other captains that they've got. And the teams are coming out. Arsenal, of course, in the traditional home kit, red shirts, white sleeves. Man City are going to be in their home kit as well of sky blue. A famous meeting, of course, two famous clubs. One with a real proper history and one maybe not so much. Although Man City have had their moments in the past, didn't they, before they got the money, I suppose. Not for a very long time, though. And, of course, Arsenal will always be one of the biggest names in world football, won't they? And this is an opportunity today to show that even in 2023, we can still compete with all the money that City have got. Not that we haven't spent any money of our own, to be fair. Joe says there, surprise Reece Nelson hasn't played more. He's got a lot of pace. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised him and Emil Smith-Rowe haven't played more minutes. I mean, Reece Nelson gets more time on the pitch than Emil does. But, yeah, I'm not surprised neither of them have started today, maybe. Although, you know, when you look at Eddie Nketiah, you could have played Jesus through the middle and put Emil Smith-Rowe maybe on the right-hand side or Trossard on the right and Emil Smith-Rowe on the left. So he could have fitted him in, or Reece Nelson, but he's gone with what he considers to be maybe a little bit more, I don't know if you'd call it experience, really, because I wouldn't say Eddie's got experience, but it's more of a team that he's used to playing, isn't he? This is more of a Arteta lineup than throwing in Smith-Rowe or Nelson, unfortunately. Mark C says it's good to see Martinelli back on the bench. Yes, but we don't know how much he can play. We've got Russ in the chat. How are you doing, Russ? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Offroad says there, you got the loungewear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm just sitting out from next, actually. Yeah, then maybe nice next ones. Yeah, nice and comfy. Nice and comfy for the game. Russ said, I was going to say I'm still in my, but yeah, I am still in my PJs. Sunday afternoon. What are you doing? I'm on holiday this week as well, so it's good. But yeah, it's all good fun. Terry says, give us a 12. No, I'm not giving you a 12. But yeah, it's, you know, it's just nice and comfy. That's what it's about, isn't it?
I think this game will go one way or the other. We start well, there's chance. We go 1-0 down, that's it. We'll lose 4.
Oh yeah, if we go 1-0 down, we've had it. Yeah.
We need to score first.
Offroad says I have the identical ones. Well, they're comfy, aren't they? Let's be honest. I think I've got 3 different ones. So there you go. These are the ones I'm wearing today. Hopefully they're lucky ones for the game. We'll see. So we're just, the teams are kind of out on the pitch now, and the crowd are ready for this.
We haven't actually lost. Every time I've worn this jacket, we get to lose in this jacket.
Oh, okay. Well, you shouldn't have said that, should you? Really? But anyway, let's put a curse on the jacket. Actually, just as a side point, earlier on today, I was looking at Erling Haaland's goal scoring record, right? Because it's absolutely incredible when he's 23 years old. And did you know, right, in his last 175 matches for his football clubs, he scored 174 goals in 175 games. That is just incredible, isn't it? And we've got Eddie Nketiah up front, who scores, I don't know how many goals he scored in his last 175 games, probably 25. So not much difference there is there between those two. Russ says, that's snazzy, I want to pick. Well, you can get them in next. They've got loads of different colours. So go in next and you'll find them. They are pretty cool. So, yeah, that's all good stuff, isn't it? But the team are just doing their little huddle, the little Arsenal loving that we get before the game. Trossard don't seem to be wanting to get involved in it. He's sort of standing separate to it, which is fair enough, isn't it? And Man City also doing a little huddle as well. I think Man City know, having lost their last Premier League game last week against Wolves, they know that they can't really afford to lose another game in a row. It's not often they lose 2 in a row, is it? And maybe it's not a good time to be playing them because of that reason. You know,
I'd rather play them after they've lost than 10 wins on the back.
I don't know, because when you've won 10 in a row, you're more likely to lose a game at some point. How often does City lose 2?
Are they ever likely to lose?
Well, they do. They lost last week. Russ says they're currently going on the Christmas list. Yeah, get him on the Christmas list, mate, definitely. Nathan says he's a cheat code, Haaland. Yeah, he is a bit of a cheat code, yeah. If you've got a player like that, then you're laughing, aren't you? And, you know, it's the way it goes, isn't it? He is a fantastic player. It's going to be City to kick off, actually. They'll be attacking the goal to our left,
1-0 down instantly.
which is the North Bank at the Emirates. The crowd look well up for this game. Let's hope the players are well up for it as well. We need to show courage, don't we, today? And we are off and underway. The ball's gone all the way back to Edison, who's all in like lime sort of greeny, yellowy kit, which is quite cool. And Haaland can't get on the end of that. It's going to be a goal kick to Arsenal. This is a really, really important game for Arsenal, isn't it? It really is. We've got an opportunity here today to show that we can finally compete in one of these really important games. It's very early in the season. It's not going to be a title defining 3 points, is it? It's not, because it's, Man City don't really kick in until after Christmas. But to beat them for the first time in 7-8 years would be, it's a statement, isn't it, to do that? And it's not something that we've done enough in the last couple of years, is it? Win these type of games. And yes, it's
a long ball there.
It's a better time of the season to be playing. Last year we didn't play City until after Christmas in both games, did we? And I think that we suffered because that's when they're at their best. They're maybe not quite at their best at the moment, are they? Although they got a good win in Europe in midweek. If we're ever going to beat them, it would be today. But they're coming forward straight away. In midfield, Bernardo Silva plays more central now, doesn't he? Bernardo Silva, obviously with Rodri missing as well. Alfo says that this will show whether Arteta has learned anything from last season. Yeah, exactly, it will. You're right. And Man City are never an easy opposition for any manager, but every other manager in the Premier League has beaten them pretty much, apart from Arteta. So there's a problem there that he needs to. You're right. He needs to show he's learned some lessons from previous games against them, and we'll see what those lessons are and if we have learnt any. But the fact he's got Eddie Nketiah playing centre forward today tends to suggest he's not really learnt too much. But we'll see. I'm sure Eddie's going to score now, and that'll be great. And Man City have got possession in their own half, not really threatening us. And then was it Gabriel Jesus there fouled Nathan Ake? He tried to press. A bit silly, yeah, it was, but it's a safe place to give away a free kick. But the next one he does, I'm sure he's going to end up getting a booking probably, which you don't really want early in the game. But Man City are just in no hurry. They're just knocking the ball around at the back. It's almost like Pep saying to Arteta, this is how you do it properly, and just showing them how to do it. And Arsenal trying to win the ball, but not able to, and City now can come forward over on the far side. Kyle Walker plays it in the two midfield. Rico Lewis with a funky hair just lays it off to Bernardo Silva, sitting quite deep. Rico Lewis again plays it out to the far side. City keeping possession and advancing up the pitch. They're now into Arsenal's half, but still not going too much further forward. Gabriel steps in there. That was a good tackle on Alvarez. And then Arsenal just go all the way back to goalkeeper David Raya, all in black. And Ben White now just plays it back again to the Arsenal goalkeeper. He needs to improve his clearances because they won the other night. He's done exactly the same again that he did the other night, giving it straight to City. But luckily, that wasn't a great ball there, actually, from Guardiola. And Arsenal just with Declan Rice, I think, there, put it straight out for a throw. So that kick there from David was exactly the same as the one the other night that Long scored from, which doesn't bode well, does it? Anyway, Arsenal have conceded a corner, have we? Yeah, we have, because Zinchenko couldn't keep it in. And Arsenal just having a rocky couple of seconds here. We've only played 3 minutes. And
we've done well.
Poor kick out from the goalkeeper, a poor pass from Declan Rice, and now Man City have a corner. And we've created this problem all of our own, really. We need to deal with it now, don't we, sir? And going behind early on in this game will not be a good sign at all, would it? Anyway, Phil Foden with a corner from the far side. Goalkeeper doesn't get there. It's headed off the line. Declan Rice. Oh, we said we can't afford to concede a goal. We almost did. It's another chance. Oh, he's missed. Nathan Ake from about 6 yards has fired it over the bar. Wow. That was a let-off. 2 let-offs there for Arsenal. The first one, the header. In fact, it wasn't a header. It was a shot there from. I'm not sure that was. Was it Ruben Diaz? And then Haaland flicked it on. Actually, was that a tackle there from William Saliba? It was. That was going in. It was going in. It was Declan Rice. It was Guardiola actually with a shot, and then Nathan Ake there. Did Saliba get a touch? No, he didn't. It was just put straight over the bar. 2 big chances for City. Wow, let off there, and now Arsenal coming forward. It's been quite a lively start to this game. Nathan says there needs to cut that out. That invites pressure. No, you're right. Yeah, it does invite pressure. Yeah. Offo says that's the problem. If we do win, Arteta will think we don't need more quality. Well, yeah, that is the other danger as well. But beating City isn't easy, is it? Russ says we should be 1-0 down. Yeah, we're lucky not to be 1-0 down after all that. But maybe it's going to be our day. That might be what it is. Nathan says they're lucky that was not Haaland. Yeah, if that chart falls to Haaland on his left foot, that's a goal, isn't it? All day long. But it was Haaland that flicked it, yeah. So, yeah, it was a let-off. 2 let-offs, really, because the first one was clear off the line. So, yeah, we'd had a bit of a shaky couple of minutes and we've got away with it. So we just need to settle down. We just need to settle ourselves down. We look a little bit nervy, but that's not surprising when you've lost 12 times in a row to the same team and you're without your best player. You're going to feel a bit nervy, aren't you, I guess? But this is where the manager needs to prepare the team properly before the game. You know, it's no good, you know, making them feel as though they should be scared of the opposition. As good as Man City are, you know, they lost last week at Wolves. Are we not a better team than Wolves? Yes, of course we are. So we can beat them. But we don't look as though we believe that we can so far. But it's very early. It's very early days in this game, of course. Russ says there was definitely a mental block when we play City. They look scared. Yeah, I was just saying we do look scared. Yeah, we don't look as though we've got the belief to beat them. And that surely comes from the manager. Is it because he worked with Pep for so long and he knows that Pep's the greatest manager ever and he can't get that out? You know, when he's talking to the players, it just comes across like that, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we've definitely got an issue with playing City, definitely. We can't relax and play our game. And that isn't always down to City's quality. That's more down to the fact that we're always within ourselves when we play them. And we need to change that mindset if we're ever going to win. But we're coming forward at the minute. We've got a throw on his near side. Ben White throws it back to William Saliba. He did put Ake under pressure for that last chance, and maybe that made a difference. Maybe that's why Ake had to rush his shot a little bit. But then he is a central defender. He's not a striker, is he? So, you know, it was a defender's finish. You know, Arsenal now looking to try to respond. Zinchenko on that far side in the sun, loses the ball, unsurprisingly. He does that probably 50 times a game. And he's just done it again. He's lost the ball already twice in the first 7 minutes. So he's on track to keep his consistent record going of losing the ball every 5 minutes.
Get off his back.
Yeah, it's a good turn. Oh, good tackle there as well, actually. And then Ødegaard steps in. Jesus is looking up for this. Anyway, Haaland now looking to get in behind Saliba. Saliba slips, but just manages to recover.
Well there.
That was fortunate there, because if you slip when Haaland's around, you're generally going to be punished. But he did slip, but he managed to get up again and managed to get the ball. But that was almost a dangerous moment there, wasn't it?
It was almost 2-0.
Well, it's not 1-0 yet, but it could have been 2-0. It's interesting, actually, because obviously Saliba didn't play, did he? When we lost 4-1 at the Etihad, he was injured, wasn't he? So he didn't play. Rob Holding did. So it'd be interesting to see how Saliba copes against Haaland in this game. Jesus now coming forward for Arsenal. Jesus tries to cross it there. It's well blocked, actually, by Guardiola at the near post. And it's going to be a corner to Arsenal. So Arsenal's first corner of the game. Offroad says there was a VAR controversy again at Liverpool game. I don't know. I've not watched it. I watched the women's game earlier and then was watching the Newcastle game. So I don't know if there was or not, but probably would have been. Regenera's in. How you doing, Regener? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. So anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal. Ødegaard's going to take this one on the near side. Arsenal's first corner, nearly 9 minutes played. Can Arsenal get the lead? City nearly scored from their first corner. Can Arsenal do the same? Arsenal's captain's going to take this with his left foot. He's going to swing this in, is he? To the edge of the 6-yard box. Header comes in, but it's Haaland actually gets it away, and then Foden's clearance goes up rather than out. Haaland again is trying to head it away, and City do get the ball clear, but there's no City player in an advanced position, so Jorginho picks it up for Arsenal, just plays it square to William Saliba, gets it back. Jorginho lops the ball over the top, looking for Ben White. He's in a bit of space here. Ben White on this near side. Tries to pull it back into the box. He's found Eddie Nketiah. The ball comes out to Martin Ødegaard, plays it square to Jorginho. Arsenal going square now across the pitch. It's with Zinchenko, gets it back to Jorginho. That same dink ball over the top again finds Ben White, but the offside flag's up. And that is going to be the end of that particular attack. Mark C says there, Jesus drifting out wide right. Looks okay so far. Yeah, it looks like that's where Jesus is going to be playing. Although they were both.
What about that?
Well, he wasn't offside there, was he? No, well, he wasn't. It looked like Eddie Nketiah in the middle was offside, but he wasn't active in that phase of play. So it would have been interesting if we'd scored. I thought the Lions
only shouldn't have put his flag up.
No, they're not only supposed to put their flag up when the ball's kind of dead. So it would have been interesting if that had carried on and we'd scored, because that may well have been given. But anyway, it wasn't, and we didn't. So City now looking to come forward. Phil Foden on this near side brushes off Jorginho, who then pulls him down, and it's going to be a yellow card to Jorginho already. 10 minutes in, he got past him there. Foden and Jorginho brought him down, and they're the type of fouls that you do get a yellow card for, I suppose.
I suppose there isn't many defenders back, are there?
Yeah, he just pulled him back. I think that's fair enough. And Nathan says there's lots of space on the right-hand side. Yeah, there is lots of space on there indeed. There'll be lots of space on both sides because City are good at exploiting it, aren't they? Anyway, City have kept possession, and they've had the majority of the possession in these first 11 minutes. Arsenal haven't really had too much of the ball yet, but we've won it now. That was Gabriel there stepping out of defence, does well actually. And he's got Trossard ahead of him. Kyle Walker comes across, but Trossard's done well.
Yeah,
he needs a bit of support. Finds Zinchenko. Arsenal City have settled a little bit better now. At least we've got possession in their half. Mark C said had to take him down. Yeah, and Offo says there's Jorginho booked for being too slow. Well, he wasn't able to keep up with Phil Foden, was he? But I suppose it's understandable. Anyway, after City, although Arsenal have kept possession, City have forced us all the way back to David Raya by cutting down all the spaces and forcing us backwards. Anyway, so David Raya is going to go long this time through the middle, but it's going to go straight through to Edison. The two goalkeepers exchanging passes there.
Jorginho might struggle now. 80 minutes.
Well, he's got to be careful, and he's in that position where he's going to be expected to win the ball as well.
Take risks.
So he's going to have to be really careful, isn't he? And City may well look to try and exploit that now, knowing he can't really put a tackle in. Anyway, City are coming forward now. Guardiola on this near side. It was him that almost gave City the lead very early in this game. Bernardo Silva now plays it out to the far side. Kyle Walker. Trossard's come across to cover, but City keep the ball. Bernardo Silva just touches it off to Lewis. Plays it forward to Alvarez, twists and turns. Haaland is on the edge of the penalty area. But Arsenal have forced City back a little bit this time. Ruben Diaz now over that far side. Tries to play the ball in. Jorginho's there. And then it gets back to David Raya. And Arsenal now trying to play. It's two teams playing almost exactly the same style of football. Sometimes, if you didn't see the colour of the shirt, it'd be sometimes difficult to know which team's got the ball, because both teams are doing exactly the same things with it, which could mean that both teams end up just nullifying each other, or maybe City's extra quality and extra experience will prove to be decisive, but we'll see. Anyway, City now back in possession in their own half. Nathan Ake had a big chance, didn't he, as well, to give City the lead. Plays it off to Kovacic, another ex-Chelsea player, of course. It's funny, when Man City buy Chelsea players, it's all right. When we buy Chelsea players, we're buying Chelsea rejects. But anyway, Kovacic now plays it out to Ruben Diaz. And City just happy to keep the ball. They're not in any rush to come forward at all. They're just happy to keep the ball. It's what they're good at. Ruben Diaz again dinks the ball over the top, and David Raya comes out. It was actually Foden that the ball was aimed for, not Haaland, and it was easily dealt with. Now Arsenal can come forward. Ben White on this near side finds Jesus, who's playing in, looks to be more in the Saka position, doesn't he, Jesus? That's how we seem to have been to be lining up in this game. So we'll see how that works. So far, after 14 minutes, it's not too bad, is it? We're still in this. It is still 0-0, and apart from those couple of shaky moments, City haven't really threatened the goal, have they? Apart from that, that's it. So we'd have to be reasonably satisfied so far. We've not threatened the goal ourselves really yet, have we? So, but we'll maybe grow more into the game. Ben White now on this near side. Plays it back again to Saliba, and Arsenal just knocking it around on this little triangle. Erdegaard just lays it back to William Saliba. And when we've got the ball in our defence, City are quite happy to sit off, as we are when they've got it. I say it's two teams playing exactly the same style. It's almost like you've got a mirror in the middle of the pitch, and it's like you're just playing against yourself. So both teams will be used to this from training sessions, won't they? Playing a similar system, no doubt. And it's just going to be who can find a way to break through, I suppose. But anyway, Ruben Diaz again in possession on halfway for City. Very slow pace to this game at this moment in time. And City won't mind because they're quite happy to play like that, aren't they? And then get the ball forward and 2 or 3 quick passes on the edge of the box and they'll be in. But let's see what happens. Bernardo Silva inside the centre circle. Lays it off again to Ruben Diaz over on that far side. Into Rico Lewis. And then he gets the ball back to Nathan Ake midway inside City's half. So they're in no particular rush, are they? They'll just keep the ball. We know that's what they're going to do. It's what they do every single game. It's just how we can respond to that. We're keeping a good shape, though, with that possession. But there's a little bit of space here, though, in midfield. Alvarez overrun the ball slightly there, though. Although he's got it back. Plays it out to that far side. That's a good ball. Kyle Walker, can he get across in? He does get across in, but it's far too close to David Raya. And he's able to comfortably pick that ball out of the air. Looked as though Alvarez had lost the ball then, but he managed to keep possession for City, and it almost led to an opportunity, but it wasn't a great cross. Mark C says a chess match. Yeah, it's probably what it is like. Yeah, you're right. It probably is a good way of describing it, actually, at this moment in time. It is very, very like that, isn't it? But let's see how it develops. It'll probably open up a little bit more as the game goes on. Oh, mistake there from Raya. Almost a goal for Alvarez. He closed David Raya down, and the goalkeeper's clearance hit the Argentinian there. Could have gone anywhere. It actually just went wide. Put on a bit of pressure there, Raya. He wanted a little bit more time than he had. Wow, that was in at the side netting, actually. Wow, that was almost a goal. I remember Aubameyang scoring a goal like that for us against Watford 3 or 4 years ago. And it was very, very similar to that and almost cost us a goal. But we got away with that one. Russ says Raya needs to be dropped. Well, I mean, he maybe would be dropped if we had a better replacement. But we don't, do we? Off-road says Raya nearly another mistake. Well, it was a mistake. He got away with it, though, didn't he? It was a mistake. Off-road says bring back Turner. Bring back Martinez, not Turner. Martinez is who we need. Russ says bring back Sir Ches. Well, yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, Martinez would be the best bet, wouldn't he? Let's be honest. But anyway, let's see if he recovers from that, because he had a couple of bad moments the other night, didn't he? And he's already had 2 shaky moments today as well. I'll take another chat there to Albert, Uncle Albert there on the touchline. He's got a lot to say, actually. So
let's see if he'll do what he's been banging on about doing, making a substitution as a goalkeeper halfway through.
No, he won't do that. Well, he won't do it today. Can
you imagine?
I can't see it.
Right.
So Ben White, Jorginho's going to take this free kick, plays it forward, looking for Eddie Nketiah, who wins a header but can't do much with it, and City clear it away. Jorginho's won that header as well. Jorginho's actually playing okay. He's got that booking though to worry about, but he looks okay with the ball, nice and tidy, keeping possession well. William Saliba now finds Zinchenko. And then he plays it into Jorginho again, touches it back to Zinchenko.
And now Arsenal, much movement.
No, Arsenal just doing what City are doing, just knocking it around at the back.
Yeah, but they seem to be pressing us more than we press them.
Yeah, they are pressing a little bit more now. They're going to press the goalkeeper because he just made a mistake. You know, Gabriel now over on that far side, plays it back again to Raya. This time it's Rico Lewis, tries to press, but Arsenal just finding the ball up this near side. Ben White plays it back to
trapped in a corner.
William Saliba, plays it long. Jesus there holds the ball up well, but he's put under pressure, loses out to Bernardo Silva, and City have gained possession. This is where it's going to be dangerous, isn't it, when we lose the ball? Ruben Diaz chips the ball over the top, but nobody's there actually, and it's just going to go behind for a goal kick. We've played nearly 20 minutes, and it's been 20 minutes of 2 teams that want to try to keep possession of football, but not really any kind of penetration in behind. Neil's in a chat there, my friend. He says, what is Raya doing? Not instilled confidence lately. No, he hasn't. You're right. Rajendra says they're City are in their half. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're quite happy for us to keep the ball at the back. They'll press up the pitch, and then as soon as we even half make a mistake, they'll pounce on the ball, and then they're going to try 2 or 3 quick passes and go through us, because that's how they play. That's how they play every single week. Anyway, Haaland now a little bit of space in centre circle, and City now looking to get possession again. A ball dinked over the top, looking for the running behind the Foden. He couldn't quite get that under control. Had he done so, it could have led to an opportunity there. The ball just ran away from him there, and David Raya was able to get it. And Martin Ødegaard has lost out there. But Declan Rice steps in, wins it back for Arsenal. Now we've got a chance. That's not a great ball there from Ødegaard. Didn't give Eddie Nketiah any chance at all. And Kyle Walker picks the ball up, plays it back to Ruben Diaz, and now it's gone all the way back to Edison. And this is the pattern of this game. It's been the pattern so far for 20 minutes, and I can't see it changing too much. Ake now on this near side, plays it into Foden, knocks it off. Foden gets it back again.
There seems to be a hell of a lot more space when City knock the ball around. When we knock the ball around, City seem to be everywhere. When they do it, we're nowhere. We've got space there.
It's because it's their movement, isn't it?
We couldn't do this.
Bernardo Silva brings the ball
Ran at the
forward,
halfway
20
line.
yards, finds Rico Lewis. Plays out to that far side. Kyle Walker in the last bit of sunshine at the Emirates. The rest of it's in shade. Rico Lewis again. Back to Bernardo Silva, and City now camping in our half. Or a mistake, almost a mistake, but City keep possession. Ake now. They're also comfortable on the ball, aren't they? Every single one of them. Guardiola on this near side plays it back to Ake again.
Like, why is no one pressing him there?
I don't think that's
Why are we just letting him have the ball there? That's a strange place to let him have it.
I don't think that's the tactic. Oh, a bit of space there on his near side. Guardiola's come forward, plays it across the box. Good block actually there from Saliba, but Guardiola gets it back. And now the ball's gone all the way across to the far side. Little bit of space suddenly opened up. That's what City do, don't they? They suck you in, and then they find a space in behind, and that's what they did there. But Guardiola didn't really make the most of that.
Oh.
There was a foul there by Bernardo Silva. Surely that's going to be a booking as well, and it is. And the two number 20s are the first two to be booked. Mark says there, Eddie's still asleep. Well, Eddie's always asleep, isn't he? He's permanently asleep.
Yeah, I know.
That was when he sort of won the ball, but you can't go in like that. That's a clear yellow card. Terry says, "Hooray, we got the ball in the City half." We did for a little bit, didn't we? That was good, wasn't it? Anyway, Bernardo Silva's just been booked as well, so he's going to have to watch himself as well now, isn't he? Offroad says there, a yellow card for a Man City player, as all the oil money had check bounced. Well, it's only going to be a yellow, isn't it? There won't be a red coming for him. You can pretty much guarantee that. Anyway, Declan Rice, but a little bit of pressure from Rico Lewis, goes back to the goalkeeper. Oh, poor pass out from David Raya. We've given the ball away. Bernardo Silva on the edge of the box. Plays the ball out wide. It comes into the area. Declan Rice, who's having to play as a third central defender a lot of this game. And as Alvarez won a corner, the ball stays in. And David Raya's got it. And some of his distribution in these opening 25 minutes has been really, really poor. That was a terrible ball there. It was a hospital ball for Declan Rice. He did the best that he could. City won possession. Actually, Declan Rice was in back almost as a centre-half to clear that ball away. And in the end, Arsenal got away with that one. But yeah, really poor distribution from David Raya. And
short side to the middle of the pitch.
And the funny thing was, he played for Brentford last season, who didn't they beat Man City twice? And he would have been in goal in both of those games. But anyway, he's not covered himself in glory so far in this game, as he didn't the other night either, actually. Terry said there, Silva just said to the ref, how can you book me for that? It was only on Eddie. Well, yeah, you probably did say that, yeah. Rajendra says, we are giving them too much respect. Yeah, we are absolutely giving them too much. You can see by our lineup we were going to give them too much respect. And that's the way it's played out. Mark C says, there another crap pass from Raya. Indeed, it was exactly that. And that's 2 or 3 now, isn't it? Well, 2 really bad passes out and dallying on the ball and nearly getting caught out there as well. So he's got to liven his ideas up, hasn't he, David Raya? Not quite sure what's going on there, but anyway, so far we've got away with it. 24 and a half minutes played. That's a nice turn for Martin Ødegaard. Jesus now on his near side. The Arsenal right coming towards the edge of the penalty area. Ben White's gone round the outside. He goes back to Ødegaard.
Bang it in the box.
This is better from Arsenal in the Man City half of the pitch. Jesus now. Jesus is in. Has he given a foul? He did give a foul, yeah. Jesus there shakes his head, but maybe that was a foul. We'll see the replay. It's a lovely ball actually from Jorginho over the top. Oh, he did push him in the back, yeah, clearly. Clearly pushed him in the back. It was Foden.
Hit the post.
And then Jesus hit the post anyway. But yeah, it was a foul. Offroad says there, we are too nervous, too respectful. Just look at the shirts and pretend it's Coventry. Yeah, well, I don't know why we're like that. I mean, you can expect it sometimes when some of these smaller teams in the Premier League play Man City. You expect them to maybe be a little bit intimidated and a little bit nervous. But
we shouldn't be our own ground.
No, and then you get teams like Crystal Palace that go there and just play their football against them. You know, I don't understand why our mindset comes from Arteta. That's the problem. He's got too much respect for Pep, maybe, and that's half the reason. Oh, suddenly a mistake at the back now from City. Eddie's inside the penalty area. Eddie Nketiah tries a shot. Oh, just wide of that far post. That was a good effort, though. It's probably Arsenal's first real effort at goal, actually. It was a mistake at the back by, I think it's Ruben Diaz, missed the ball. Eddie nipped him behind, inside the penalty area, cut inside, and then curled the ball. It curled the wrong way. Rather than curling in towards the post, it actually curled out away from the goal. Edison made a dive when he didn't really need to. But at least that was an effort at goal from Arsenal. Our first shot, I believe that is actually. So that's a positive sign. Ooh. And then Eddie's just fouled Rico Lewis. And it's going to be a free kick to Manchester City, 26.5 minutes played. And it's been quite cagey so far. City looked the better team. But we've had one or two little moments, almost one there from Eddie. Anyway, City now back in possession. Ake's clearance hits Martin Odegaard and he tries to lift the crowd, but maybe the team needs to lift themselves as well. Show a little bit more belief. Anyway, Guardiola now is going to take this throw on this near side, and the Arsenal fans respond to Martin Odegaard's rallying cry. Now Arsenal coming forward. Eddie Nketiah lays it off to Jorginho. Nice feet from him, and that's a decent ball over to that far side. Zinchenko got a little bit of space. Is he going to get the cross in? He does. Headed away, though, by Ruben Diaz. Falls to Ben White. Now it's with Gabriel Jesus on this near side. Two Man City players in front of him. Finds Jorginho, who's playing pretty well, actually. Jorginho gets it back again. And now it's with William Saliba. Gives it back to Jorginho. This is better from Arsenal. At least we're keeping the possession in their half.
Oh,
that
was a bit naughty.
There's another yellow card from
Kovacic. Yeah, I want to be checking that.
Kovacic on Odegaard.
I mean, he's making a melon of it, but it did look quite hard. Oh,
no, it's just a yellow card. It's just a yellow card. He's just dived in.
Studs are up.
No, they're not. He lifted his foot up after he'd made contact with him. He said it is. I'll be amazed.
Yeah, I'd be amazed.
It's a yellow card. It's a fair enough yellow card. You can't complain about that.
You saw the Tottenham game he got sent off for, so anything's possible.
He was late getting there, and that was it.
They are checking it.
They are checking it, but it's not. He doesn't hit him high over the ball, does he? Look, he hits him on the ankle, and
it's not over the top of the ball.
No, it's not over the top of the ball. No,
it is feet in.
So he's hit his ankle. And then
his ankle did twist though.
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
Yeah, he's hit his ankle. Yeah,
it is dangerous.
It's not. See, I don't know. Would that be a red card?
It's dangerous.
He's just caught his ankle late.
It's sort of behind. No, he fell over.
The one yesterday.
Yeah, that was horrible. I've seen the videos.
That's it. They'll review yellow card. I'll say, looking at that, I would say I think it was just.
Would have been a very harsh red card. But...
Yeah, I thought it was just a yellow. It wasn't a nice tackle, but it's just he's got in to win the ball, hasn't he? He just got there late. He's caught his ankle, and that's it. Yellow card. Let's get on with it. Anyway, Arsenal do have a free kick, of course, on a result of that. About 10, 15 yards inside Arsenal's half. Ben White is going to take this. Nathan says it could be a red. Offroad says that they won't give a red to City. Well, not unless they really have to. Mark C says if Xhaka put that challenge in, I bet he gets a red for that. Well, I don't know really. Vijayendra says studs. Well, I mean, he's caught his ankle with his studs, but it wasn't over the top of the ball, was it? It's just he's just tried to get the ball, got there late, and that's it. Anyway, we have got a free kick.
What took so long to give that?
Jesus has been fouled. the game just got a little bit silly in the last couple of minutes.
Lino did
A
not
couple
want to
of
give
fouls
that.
going in there from City. It was Guardiola that time. I mean, it is a foul. There's no doubt about that.
Ooh, I bet I probably did that actually.
And he kind of caught him on the side afterwards. It was already a foul anyway before that.
Well, he's not landing on the
It's
ball,
going to be a
that's
free kick to Arsenal. This is a better position. It's about, 5-10 yards in from the near touchline, in line with the penalty area. And it's going to be Martin Odegaard to swing this in with his left foot. Although Trossard's coming across as well. We've played half an hour. It is still 0-0. If I haven't got the score up there, but why haven't I got the score up there? I need to sort that out, don't I?
It's might edit in a minute.
It's disappeared. Oh, there we go. See? This free kick comes in. Oh, goal kick Redison there. Dropped it initially, but he picked it up again.
I'm not sure that's where he was supposed to put it.
And managed to deal with it. It was Martin Odegaard with a free kick, of course. And he made a bit of a meal of that, didn't he, Edison? But he got there in the end, I suppose. He's got the ball back at his feet again. The Brazilian goalkeeper plays it out to Nathan Ake on his near side. And City have won a throw. Ben White stepped in ahead of Phil Foden. Pep Guardiola's just outside his little technical area. He needs to be careful that, you're not allowed to be outside there, mate.
Only Arteta that gets put for that.
You need to get back inside your little box. He's got funny shoes, hasn't he?
He's got funny shoes on.
What's he got them shoes on for?
Arteta's ready to come on half the time.
That's weird. Arteta's outside his technical area as well. Haaland now manages to keep the ball, fires Bernardo Silva. He plays out to that far side, Carl Walker. Getting forward. He's got a little bit of space actually inside the penalty area. Plays it into the box there, into Alvarez, but that was a poor touch. I mean, it was fizzed into him.
Yeah, he's getting there.
And Ruben Diaz, it's the throw, which Ruben Diaz is going to take for Man City. Mark C says there, we're not making the best of opportunities like that free kick. No, it wasn't a great free kick, was it? It was far too close to the goalkeeper. But that's the one thing we need to improve on our set pieces. They've not been great this season, have they? Corners and free kicks, really. But anyway, maybe it's something that we can work on. The crowd are certainly trying to get behind the team, drive us on. 33 minutes nearly played. Still Arsenal 0, Man City 0. And not too many chances at either end, really. City have had the best 2 opportunities very early in the game, but since then they've not really threatened, and we've not really threatened either. But I don't think either goalkeeper's actually had to make a save, have they? It's just been a lot of possession football in the middle third of the pitch. But now there's a long ball over the top looking for Haaland, brings it down really well, lays it off to Alvarez. He's got a chance for a shot, and he's hit it well over the top of the crossbar. Haaland just showed his quality there, bringing that ball down, laying it off. That's like what centre forward does. I don't know why teams don't like playing with centre forwards. I mean, look at that brilliant touch there, and then he just laid the ball off. Look, that's just proper centre forward play. And then Alvarez's shot obviously went high into the North Bank, but that's what I mean. Haaland isn't just about he scores all these goals, as we know, but he's got so much more to his game than that as well. He's an all-round complete forward, isn't he? Just a fantastic player. Anyway, David Ray's got the ball at his feet. Let's hope his pass is going to be slightly more accurate. He's taking his time about it. No one's pressuring him. I'm not quite sure why they're not pressuring him when they can see how shaky his kicks have been. Anyway, this time he's going to go long. He can't really decide what to do. In the end, he plays it forward to Declan Rice, who was then caught late by Kovacic. He's got to be careful.
Yes.
The referee is saying no. He's kind of right. Not every foul is a yellow card.
That was clumsy, that.
That was a foul, though, by Kovacic. He does need to be careful. Let's see this one again.
That's definitely a second yellow. 100%. He should be off of that. 100%. That is ridiculous.
Oh, actually, to be fair, I don't know, really. I mean, it's a foul. That's a genuine attempt to win the ball, that one. No. The first one wasn't a very good tackle.
That was a red card.
But there you go. Terry says, Alvarez.
One more and he's off.
Just reminded me of England done well in the rugby. Yeah. Offo says, what did I tell you? They won't give a red against City. Well, we'll see. I think he's on his last warning. He's definitely on his last warning now. I think the next foul he does, he's definitely going to get his second yellow, isn't he? But knowing Pep, he'll take him off because he won't risk it, will he? Pep's quite clever when it comes to stuff like that.
Did VAR intervene with the second yellow, or is
No.
it's only a straight red?
It's
Isn't
only
it?
a straight red, yeah. They can only change a yellow to a red.
Yeah,
They can't give a yellow when it wasn't given as a yellow. Anyway, Arsenal won a corner. Phil Foden's gone down holding his face. I'm not too sure if that's necessary, but we'll maybe see a
They almost
replay of that.
collided into each other.
Jesus helps him to his feet. Of course, those two know each other well, don't they, from the days at Manchester City? Well, he just put his hand into his face, really. I mean,
to be fair, I think he probably
not
was foul,
really
actually.
much there. But anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal. And with 10 minutes to go until half time, it is going to be Martin Odegaard again with this corner. Can we get a decent delivery in the near post? It doesn't beat the first man. And then City clear it away as far as Zinchenko plays it back again to Jorginho. Dinks that ball over the top. He loves that ball, doesn't he? It's come off for him once that almost led to a chance, but Jesus committed a foul. But he just likes thinking that over the top. It's pretty good little ball there, actually. Anyway, David Ray's got the ball now, goes long up this near side looking for Ben White, heads it forward, but wasn't really accurate enough. And Alvarez nipped in, and it's a throw now to Manchester City on this near side. They're just showing that again, the Kovacic one. It is a bit late, actually, and I think if he hasn't had a yellow card, he gets a yellow card for that.
Yeah.
I think he would do. But the referees decided to be lenient on him. I mean, you've got to think about it, right?
You can really argue.
A yellow card's a yellow card, whether or not it's his first one or his second one. If you're going to give a yellow card, the second yellow card doesn't have to be worse than the first one, does it? It doesn't have to be. If it's a yellow card, it's a yellow card. That's it.
It almost looked like he'd done that knowing he wouldn't get sent off.
But I don't know. Next time he fouls anyone, he's probably going to go, isn't he? Anyway, Jesus now. It's a poor ball, but actually it's going to be picked up by Jorginho on the edge of the box. Trossard, why didn't we shoot there? Now Haaland wins the ball, but he doesn't actually, because he had no other options other than to fire it against Declan Rice. And Arsenal now having a little bit of a spell. Ben White's gone off on the overlap. And that wasn't a great ball from Jesus. It's been cut out by Guardiola, but it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. This is the best spell that we've had in these last 5 minutes or so. Ben White's going to take this throw in the attacking third on this near side.
10 minutes to throw.
He's looking for some options. He's not in any rush, is he, to take this? And he finds Jesus right over on that far side. Jesus this idea finds Martin Odegaard, lays it off, and an opportunity to shoot. Zinchenko's shot comes back to Zinchenko. Both shots were blocked. The first one with his right foot, and the second one with his left foot. Oh, and then William Saliba holds off Haaland, who felt he was fouled, but the referee says no.
Red card that we would get for that. Last man foul.
And the referee said nothing doing there. And Arsenal keep possession. But that would have been a dangerous moment there because Haaland looks like he might have got in behind. Yeah. But luckily, Saliba managed to hold him off. And Saliba's done okay against him so far. 38 minutes played, and we're certainly holding our own. And we're starting to grow into this game. Ben White lofts the ball over the top. It's a decent ball as well, looking for Jesus. Guardiola's got hold of him, but Jesus does well. Finds that Martin Odegaard flick back towards Jesus, but Kovacic is in there. And now it's with Phil Foden. And Rico Lewis has done really well, actually. Finds Haaland. He's got Alvarez outside him. He's got Rico Lewis the other way. He finds Alvarez. This is where City are dangerous on the counter-attack. Carl Walker's gone steaming outside. Gabriel hooked that one away there. Maybe the goalkeeper could have come and got that, but he hooked it away anyway. And now Arsenal looking to launch a counter-attack of our own, but Jorginho's caught in possession, and in the end, Gabriel has to just hoof the ball away. But that was a spectacular clearance, and not too sure that there was anyone behind him, actually. But anyway, he wasn't to know that. He hooked it away. And Man City now back in possession inside their own half. The game's back at walking pace again.
Was that problem? City had 10 minutes absolutely battering us, then we'd be 1-0 down. Still 0-0 when we've hammered them for 10 minutes.
Well, we've had a lot more of the ball. Ake now got loads of time. So he finds Kovacic. He's definitely on his last warning.
He's definitely going to score, Kovacic.
He probably will do. I remember a game when we played against Chelsea and Kovacic should have been sent off and ended up scoring a winning goal. Anyway, Man City coming forward now. Guardiola on his near side puts a cross in. Oh, David Raya flapped to that a little bit, but he maybe just got enough with Haaland coming in behind him. Oh, I don't know if that was a mistake by the goalkeeper or whether he actually just did enough to get something on that to stop. Oh, he just got a touch on it.
Did he?
Just got a fingertip on it. Yeah, look, he just touches it there. Look.
No, are you sure?
Yeah, I think he just did it. I don't know, actually.
I'm not sure he did anything to the ball.
I'm not sure. But anyway, it's went off Zinchenko. It's gone behind for a corner. And Arsenal a little bit fortunate maybe there to get away with that. But anyway, it is a corner to City, so we haven't completely got away with it yet. Foden's going to take this. They did nearly score from an earlier corner, didn't they? Foden at the near post, headed out by Ben White, but not very far really. And Alvarez tried to play it down the line, but it's Guardiola gets the ball back again. And now it's gone all the way back to Edison. Regenda says small bits of play not falling for us. No, things haven't really been falling for us. You're right. Although we've maybe been a little bit lucky. A couple of things haven't fallen for City either, have they? That cross there, for example, could have easily fell to Haaland and he would have had a tap in. So it's been pretty even, really. Neil says sorry, this is blatant corruption. Sick of it. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily corruption, but there's certainly issues with the refereeing and stuff, isn't there? Be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, we've got a yellow card, haven't we, already as well?
I feel like Jorginho will get sent off.
It'll be interesting to see what happens if he makes another foul, whether or not he's as lenient. Then we can say maybe then you could look at corruption at that point if Jorginho gets sent off for a similar foul. Anyway, City, even when you put City under pressure, they don't seem to be bothered, they just lay the ball off. They're just not bothered, are they? And that's the one thing you see. This is why Arsenal are successful against most teams in the Premier League, because when we press, it's successful against them because teams can't live with it. But City know how to do it, know how to deal with it, because it's what they do all the time in training, isn't it? They practice and practice on it because that's how they play. If you're going to beat City, you have to do something different. You have to try something different to beat City. And that's something that Arteta hasn't been able to do in all the times that we've played them in the Premier League. Anyway, the ball now is near side to Kovacic, bringing it forward for Manchester City. We're into the last 2.5 minutes of the first half. Still 0-0. And there's been that potential second yellow card for Kovacic has been the main talking point mainly in this first half. There's not been too many goal scoring.
Just a red card to begin with.
Goal scoring opportunities to really talk about. But anyway, City are comfortably in possession with Ruben Diaz. Now he finds Kovacic, who's been in the news this first half, really, hasn't he? Phil Foden lays the ball off to Ake. City keeping possession. I mean, I think they probably, when the possession stats come up, I'm sure they would have had the majority of possession, but it's been fairly even. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 60-40% roughly, I would say. Anyway, Kovacic ball over the top. I don't know if it will be. I think City have had more of the ball, but not much more. No, you're right, but I think they've had enough more to significantly more. Anyway, Odegaard now coming forward up this near side, finds Jesus. Ball just got stuck on his feet a little bit, but he's still got possession. Plays it back to Jorginho. And now it's City's turn to sit back and allow Arsenal to have the ball in front of them, which is what we've been doing. Offroad says Mikel Arteta is a Newcastle fan. He is, yeah, that's because he's from County Durham or something, isn't he? I think Magenda says they're grabbing at straws for Raya. Marksley says he flaps at that one. Yeah, he did flap at that one a little bit. Nathan says, in my opinion, hitting City on the counter with pace is the way to beat them. Yeah, it is the way to beat them, yeah. But you've got to, what we're doing is we've got, when we have possession, we've got possession. It's nice, easy possession for them to deal with, isn't it? And when they've got possession and we're winning the ball back, we're not moving it quickly enough to utilise that, are we?
It looks slow compared to them.
Yeah, and that you're probably right. It's probably the best way to beat them, I would say, is to catch them quickly on a counter attack, 2 or 3 quick passes. But we're not doing that because we want to play the same way as them, don't we? That's our problem. Anyway, Jesus now on his near side finds Jorginho. Now it's with Eddie Nketiah. Takes it off. He's offside. He took it off Martin Odegaard. He maybe wasn't offside. If he had left that there, I think that shows Eddie Nketiah's lack of awareness and the fact he's not a top quality player, is he? Anyway, Saka's in the crowd there, which is nice to see, isn't it? Be better if he was on the pitch, of course. 5 goals and 5 assists in 10 appearances this season shows how important he is.
3 or 4 minutes.
That's the goal of the game, isn't it?
2.
Right there that we're losing. So yeah, 2 minutes of stoppage time, which will probably be for that VAR check, won't it? For that yellow card. Rajendra says they're 70-30. Is that officially 70-30? Is it, or is that what you think it is? Because I'll be surprised if it was that much. I mean, it may be. Offroad says they're naive by idea. It was very naive. Yeah, that kind of sums him up, doesn't it? You know, he's not a kid anymore. He's nearly 25 years old, and he's not really.
See a replay of it.
He's not really developed, is he? Anyway, City are in possession over on that far side. We're into the 2 minutes of stoppage time. It looks as though it's going to be 0-0 at the break, which is probably about fair, really. I suppose City have had the better chances of the few that there's been, those 2 very early on. But other than that, not been a lot to choose between the teams, really. Cancelling each other out, I suppose you could say, unsurprisingly, seeing as we both play very similar way. Anyway, Kyle Walker now looking to try and open it up. Foden's battling away there for the ball and concedes a
free now, take it quickly, break.
With Gabriel. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal into the last minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. 0-0 still. And it's been, it has been pretty even, hasn't it? We'll see what the stats are at half time in terms of possession, but I think it's been, I would say about 60-40, maybe 57-43 or whatever. But anyway, we'll see at half time. But
have we still not taken it? That was literally a whole minute.
David Raya goes long with that free kick up the far side. It's headed out by Eddie Nketiah, who's failed to have too much impact on this game at all, has he? But then, to be fair, neither has Haaland, really, has he? And it is half time. It is 0-0. The biggest talking point is the potential second yellow card for Kovacic that he didn't get. Martin Odegaard speaking to the referee, Michael Oliver, about that. Now you imagine David Raya's looked a little bit shaky in goal.
54-45.
Is that what it is? Oh, well, there you go. You see, that wasn't far off what I just said, actually, was it? So, but yeah,
54.4.
City did have slightly more possession, which it looked as though they did. Mark C says, "Oh well, half the job done." Well, it's half a job done if we're happy with the draw, I suppose. I think we should look at trying to win this game. Offo says, Man City should be down to 9 men. Well, they're about 9 men. They potentially 10, you should say. Terry says, who do you think won the Chelsea crap midfield pensioners battle in the first half? Well, I think Jorginho, actually. I think Jorginho played pretty well. Kovacic, of course, is lucky to still be on the pitch, isn't he, I suppose? But another ref on another day may well have got a second yellow card out there, wouldn't he? But anyway, we can't worry about that now, can we? It's done. It's 1 yellow that he's got, and that's it. So, we need to maybe be slightly quicker moving the ball in the final third than what we have been. And that's, we can control what we do on the pitch. We can't control what the referee's going to do. We can't control his decisions. And we can't go on about them saying, he should have done this or should have done that. We can control how we play. And although we've done okay, it's not been terrible. We haven't really, Man City have been pretty comfortable in that first half, haven't they? They haven't looked like, we've had some spells of possession, but we've not really created any real opportunities to score. And they've had a couple of big ones very early on, didn't they? So, but 0-0 is probably right for the first half. I think overall it has been pretty even. We just need, if we're going to win this game, we need to do more, don't we? In that final third, we need to move the ball quicker, try to get in behind them a little bit, and try to get them facing their own goal, which we haven't really done enough, have we? But there's still 45 minutes left, and we can play better, and we can do it, I'm sure. We're still in it. Yeah, Mark C says City's best chance were the ones we presented them with. Yeah, right early on in the game. Yeah, we were very, very nervous, weren't we? In the first 5 minutes, we looked like terrible, didn't we? All over the place. We survived that though, and maybe that's going to be the crucial thing in the end. The fact we didn't concede then, and maybe in the end we sort of grown into the first half really, and so we're not causing them any problems yet. But they've not had too much else, have they? Nathan says, how many minutes do you think Martinelli has in him? Well, that's the thing, we don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe none. He might just be on the bench because you see that happen sometimes, don't you? Player just back from injury, they're on the bench to be involved, but they're not maybe ready to play any minutes. We'll have to see. We'll find out, won't we? I'd say by the time we get to 65 minutes, if it's still 0-0, we start. That's when the substitutions are starting being thought about, aren't they? We'll see whether Martinelli's one of the first ones to come on, or whether he looks elsewhere. You know, Fabio Vieira or Reece Nelson have been the two main ones. And then Smith Rowe in the last 5 minutes, probably about all he seems to get these days, isn't it? Offroad says there the two players that would scare Man City are not on the pitch. No, but you can't help injuries, can you? Having said that, you know, the two players that probably scare us aren't on the pitch either, which is De Bruyne and Rodri. So it is what it is, and maybe that's why it's 0-0. But anyway, Vijay says there, when we move quickly, they foul us. Well, you know, you're right. They do foul us, yeah. Hang on, where's that gone? So when we move quickly, they foul us, and money for the refs help them in their income. Well, yeah, maybe we don't know, but you might be right. Mark C says we're definitely missing the speed of Saka and Martinelli down the wings. Yeah, obviously we're going to miss those two players because of how good they are. But we've not really utilised Trossard at all in that first half in an attacking sense, have we? He barely touched the ball. Jesus has had a lot more of the ball, playing more on that right-hand side, and he's done okay. But, yeah, we're not stretching their defence anywhere near enough, are we? And to be fair, they've not really stretched ours, have they? Really. They've not got in behind. We've caused our own problems a couple of times, as you said before. You know, the chances that they've had have been down to our mistakes. Mainly David Raya's poor clearances and almost kicking the ball straight off Alvarez into the goal. So
I agree with Mark.
What's Mark said there? Is it time for make a cup of tea for your couch? Come on, well, maybe they should make me a cup of tea, Mark. maybe that's what should happen.
Yeah.
Is that Ribena? Oh, it is Ribena. Is that Ribena?
No,
it's not Ribena, is it? What is it?
Robinson's apple and blackcurrant.
Oh, it's apple and blackcurrant. There you go. So it's not Ribena. It looks a bit like Ribena, actually, doesn't it? Actually, maybe it's time. Should we have a cup of tea? Should we do that? Should we have a half-time cup of tea? Should we have a half-time cup of tea?
We'll refill the juice.
Let's have a half-time cup of tea. That's what we'll do. Right, I'm going to do that there. I'll tell you what we'll do. Should we play a little bit of music for you while I go make a cup of tea?
We've got some music.
We've got some music. We've got loads of music.
Oh, we're a proper YouTube.
We've got this one here. This is a good bit of music. We'll play this.
Theo Walcott reckons the first one was a red card and then the second one is definitely a red card.
I don't think the first one's a red. I think the first one was yellow.
But they're both yellow cards.
The second one's a yellow.
They're both yellow cards, and that is 2 yellows is a red. Simple as that.
I see it was commented when we played Chelsea a few years ago. He was on a yellow card, did a foul, didn't get a yellow card, then scored a winning goal.
Yeah.
Last 5 minutes.
He won't get sent off now. It's too late.
People take him off anyway.
Do we throwing it back?
Did you want any more juice? Yeah. No.
Oh, Dad, what have you done? We're on the screen, you big spoon. I don't think we're muted anymore.
Oh, what's happening to this? Where's my music gone? I set my music up. My music's gone. Where's it gone? So we've got our tea. I've got my Yorkie. Other chocolate bars are available. But if Yorkie want to sponsor me, they can. We do love a Yorkie, don't we, on this channel? So, yeah. Or is it Nestle that make Yorkie? Not sure. Yeah, it's Nestle, yeah.
You need PG tip.
And Nestle, if you want to sponsor me, you can. Because I'm promoting your products. Yorkies are very nice. And they're not for girls. But you can't say that anymore.
That's you banned.
That used to be the advert. We used to say not for girls. That's a nice cup of tea, actually.
Not bad. I think my 3-1 prediction could be an interesting one.
Nathan said, I've not had a Yorkie in years. You want to get some, mate? Once they're sponsoring the channel, I'll be getting loads of free Yorkies, so I'll just give you loads. It'll be fine. I mean, what more could you want? All these people now, they get their channel sponsored by like male grooming products, stuff like that. No, you just want to get Yorkies. Free Yorkies, that's what you want.
Oh, the biscuits in there, nice as well. Never had the biscuit ones.
Nathan says, I like rich tea biscuits. I do as well, yeah.
Love a rich tea.
Well, they made by Nestle as well. No, not I
Or
like.
just a chocolate digestive, to be honest.
Aren't rich teas made by McVitie's? That's it. So if McVitie's want to sponsor the channel as well, you're more than welcome to.
Surprised Arteta wasn't booked for that.
So we've got the tea on the go. We've had our chocolate. And we're ready for the second half. Are Arsenal ready for the second half, though? That is the question. Or will it be a Yorkie? Will it be a Whisper? Nathan says, "Oh, caramel digestives." Well, caramel digestives. I'm not so keen on them. I must be honest.
No, they're not great.
But rich teas are great. What have you gone with?
We've gone one each.
Oh, one each, a Whisper and a Yorkie. So who makes Whisper? Is that Nestle? Because if it's Nestle, they've definitely got to sponsor the channel. But I'm not going to promote their products anymore. They don't. Quite honestly.
Where did it even say?
Oh, is it
Oh, yeah,
Cadbury's?
the Cadbury's Whisper, you idiot, yeah.
Oh, it's Cadbury's. Oh, well, there you go. Maybe there'll be a bidding war. Cadbury's and Nestle are going to go head to head to sponsor me. And which chocolates do they want me to eat on the channel more? I prefer Yorkies personally, so I'll go with Nestle if the deal's good. In fact, if it's free Yorkies, I'll go with them anyway. Regardless, that's good enough. I don't want money off you. I just want free Yorkies for life. That'll do. Be happy with that. Terry says there, if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuits, join our club. Yeah, I remember that advert as well. Yeah, do they still make them club biscuits? I've not actually seen one for ages.
Club?
But yeah, club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've got some orange ones, haven't we?
Oh, yeah, the orange ones. I used to like the normal ones because they had a really big bit of chocolate on the outside,
Yeah.
a big biscuit in the middle, didn't they?
In the middle.
Oh yeah, I used to love them.
I remember the Morrison's own ones used to get in a white packet.
Oh yeah, they were similar to club, weren't they?
They were the one.
They
yeah.
didn't have as much thick chocolate, did they, on them?
No.
They had more biscuit than chocolate.
I'm surprised you don't eat the biscuit Yorkies.
Yeah, I've had them before. I don't really like them. Yorkie's just pure chocolate, isn't it? It's just chocolate. It's just lovely. Well, so he says yes, they do. I'll have to try and see if I can find and get something because I used to like them. I can't remember last time I had a club. It
They're
must
not
have been.
smaller than they used to be, like they are.
I can't remember last time I had a club. It must have been like 25 years ago, maybe. I can't remember. But they used to be nice. Yeah, I'm have to.
Oh, they
Yes,
still
they will.
taste the same.
Well, I'll see if I can find them in the shop. Maybe on the next show we might have some club biscuits instead to enjoy. Anyway, City
Who makes clubs?
City are out for the second half. I don't know. Maybe it's Nestle. I don't know.
Should we Google it? Hang on, I'll have a quick Google.
Yeah, find out who makes clubs. It might be McVitie's. I don't know. If it's Nestle, then they're definitely going to have to sponsor me now. Anyway, Arsenal coming back out for the second half. I'm sure they've had their cup of tea and their club biscuits or their Yorkies, whatever it is that they have at half time these days.
Clubs are by
They probably just have energy drinks and energy things, don't they? Them gels or whatever.
no, McVitie's.
Is it McVitie's?
McVitie's in the UK. Ireland is Jacobs. So you know.
Oh, Martinelli's coming on at half time, guys. Martinelli is coming on. Who's going off? Who is going off?
17. Is that Trossard?
That's Trossard 19.
Oh, yeah.
It will be Trossard, though, isn't it?
I think they put the wrong number up.
Yeah, I think they put the
We
wrong
don't have
number.
a 19.
No, 17. We have a 19. It's Trossard.
Oh, yeah, 17. Sorry.
We don't have 17, no.
No, Trossard's still there. I've just seen it.
So Martinelli's come on. Eddie Nketiah's still on. Is it Jesus that's gone off? Oh, no, it's Trossard.
Yeah,
It is Trossard.
he's 19.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
So they put the wrong number up. That was clever.
Well, we were just saying how much minutes Martinelli's got in him. He must have 45 in
He's
him.
got 45 in him.
Because there you go. Mark C says no change. No, there is changes. Tross is off indeed. You said Triss off. It's Tross off. Yeah, he is off. Yeah.
Trossard.
Nathan says there, who remembers Wagon Wheels? Yeah, I remember Wagon Wheels. They still do them, don't they? I've seen them in
Oh,
the
they're not very nice.
Offroad says, I remember Bar 6. I don't know about Bar 6. Never heard of that. Not sure. Terry says Terry's chocolate orange. Well, yeah, obviously, it's your own chocolate, isn't it? So that's why. Of course, you're going to like Terry's chocolate orange, aren't you?
Yeah, chocolate orange is nice.
But anyway, right. So we just started the second half. Let's see if we're going to get
Nearly get the ball away.
some goals in this second half.
I prefer to see, actually. I'm just blinded.
I'm trying to get light on everybody. Anyway, Arsenal's got a throw on that far side. Arsenal's attacking the goal to our left in the second half, which is the North Bank, which is the end that we tend to score more goals attacking, but I don't think that's necessarily the case so much these days. It used to be, didn't it, back in the day? Anyway, Eddie now on the edge of the box with a really poor touch, but we do manage to keep possession with Jorginho, finds Zinchenko. Arsenal starting the second half on the front foot. Martinelli's first real involvement here on this near side. I wonder how fit he actually is. He must be okay if he's ready to play 45 minutes. He must have 45 minutes in him. Anyway, the ball's now played to Zinchenko. I mean, we didn't get Trossard in the game in that first half, did we? So it's not really a surprise he's gone off, although I wouldn't have made that change quite yet. Anyway, deep cross from Martinelli there, looking for Jesus round the back.
Impacting already.
And Martinelli trying to lift the crowd as well. Start of the second half.
I thought the ball never came to Trossard, though, and now we've instantly gone down Martinelli.
Well, yeah, they seem to want to play that on that side now.
Strange.
Decent cross that from Martinelli, actually, and Jesus sort of ducked out of it, actually, when it looked like he wasn't going to win it anyway. But decent impact from Martinelli already in the first couple of minutes of this second half. So we'll see whether or not that's going to be the game changer for Arsenal. Zinchenko picks the ball up high up the pitch. Erdegaard lays it off to Jorginho. This is a good start to the second half from Arsenal on the front foot, pushing City back. Jesus now on that far side. Jesus tries to get across and it hits Guardiola, who's going to keep this in. And then his clearance hits Jesus, and Foden's clearance hits Ben White, and finally the ball's gone out. It is going to be a throw to City over on the far side. Let's see what this change is going to make for us in this second half.
There's Grandad.
Uncle Arthur. Uncle Albert, I mean.
Why's he called Uncle Albert?
Because his name's Albert.
But who's giving him uncle?
Well, because Uncle Albert was in Only Fools and Horses. Some guy with a big, long, white grey beard. It's a character in Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, Ben White's going to take this throw for Arsenal over on that far side in line with the penalty area. This has been a very good start to the second half. Jesus flicks it on, but Edison's there in front of Eddie Nketiah. And Edison has got the ball comfortably in his grasp, and now he's going to take his time, no doubt. Just rolls it actually up this near side to Ruben Diaz, gets it back again, goes out to Nathan Ake. It was last season's game at the Emirates. It was 1-1 at half time, wasn't it? And in the end, City won 3-1. We scored, I think Saka scored a penalty, didn't he, after we'd conceded first? Kevin De Bruyne scored for City, didn't he? And then Grealish and Haaland got the late goals to win it for City. But Arsenal started the second half really well. Eddie Nketiah now on his near side. Can he get across in? He can't, but he's won the corner.
I don't think we want an early goal.
Bernardo Silva.
We score early here, we're going to sit deep and they're just going to press.
Well, that will probably be what happens.
And then we will lose 2-1.
Anyway, it's a corner to Arsenal now. Martinelli's going to take it on this near side. This has been a really fast start. What we needed really from Arsenal, we said it was maybe moving the ball a bit slow. We've moved it quicker, and we're on the front foot. Martinelli's corner. Oh, it went all the way across to the far post. Jesus, shot's deflected. City have half dealt with it. Martin Odegaard's shot. It's been deflected, is it or not? It's gone wide anyway. But that was almost a chance there. Edison maybe felt he was fouled, or he was claiming he was fouled. I don't think he was. Jesus' ball was blocked, and then Martin Odegaard's shot that wasn't deflected. Martinelli wanted that ball back out to him, which may have been the better option actually. I don't think he was fouled. He wasn't fouled at all. The goalkeeper there, he just flapped at that a little bit. So anyway, Arsenal started well. Declan Rice now looking to break forward. That's a good ball to Martinelli on the near side. Martinelli shot straight into the arms of Edison. What a start this has been. 5 minutes of the second half gone already. We've been the better team, so you haven't got out of their half yet. That's great play from Declan Rice. Martinelli's made a massive difference already, hasn't he? Well, they're giving him the ball. Yeah, that's been the main difference. Trossard never got the ball, but he's certainly been allowed to get forward on this left-hand side, and he's causing a few problems to City already. Mark C says, please try something different this time. Well, we are trying something a bit different, aren't we, so far, it seems. Offroad says that we have to score these chances. Man City will get late chances and score. Yeah, you'd imagine. You're probably right. You're absolutely right. We have to take these chances,
yeah. Because they'll have one chance and score.
Anyway, Raya's ball long over that far side to Jesus. But actually hasn't done too bad on that right-hand side, actually. Saliba gets it back to Jesus, and now he goes all the way back to goalkeeper.
He's quite dynamic, Jesus, isn't he? He can do quite a lot.
He is, but he's a centre forward, and I want to see him more as a centre forward.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mark C says our first proper shot on target. Yeah, he probably is actually. You're probably right. And it's taken us 50 odd minutes of this game to have one, but hopefully it'll be the first of a few in the second half, and we can put one or two of them in the net. But there's just a free kick there conceded by Ben White on Phil Foden. Those two, of course, know each other well from England duty. Not that Ben White gets picked for England anymore, but anyway. Nathan Ake plays the ball back to Edison. And it's been all Arsenal started the second half. 6.5 minutes played. Much, much better. But as we know, City will have a spell in the second half, as every team does. And it's just how we cope with that as well, isn't it? We need to get the goal while we're on top. Anyway, Zinchenko now coming forward. Declan Rice. And that's a good ball as well. This time it's Eddie Nketiah on this near side. Trying to go around the outside of Kyle Walker. Wasn't able to. What's Kyle Walker doing there? Like he was trying to punch him.
To give him a bit of a punch.
What's he doing? Anyway, William Saliba now plays out to that far side to Jesus. He's going to have a little run at Guardiola. That's a good ball. Actually, looked like it was a good idea to try and put Martinelli in, but he overhit the pass. And it's rolled through to goalkeeper Edison. And now it's Man City coming forward with Kyle Walker on this near side. Touches it off to Rico. Lewis gets it back again. Arsenal pressing much higher up the pitch now.
Much better. I mean, Martinelli's running around. So...
And then Ake now on that far side. Again, we're pressing the ball high up the pitch. Almost win it back, but not quite. But now City are coming forward themselves. Looking a bit dangerous. Trying to play the ball through to Haaland. He's after it, but Saliba's there. Gives it back to David Raya. And Arsenal have dealt with that pretty well. Gabriel, almost made a little bit of a mess of it. Finds Zinchenko instead. And he dinks the ball out to the far side to Ben White. This has been a much better second half so far for Arsenal. But we need a goal. We need a goal. Offroad says here, what's the bet in Saka joins the England squad? I don't think he will. If he's not in this squad at all, even on the bench, then I don't think he will. I'll be amazed if he does. Had he been on the bench in this game, maybe, yes, potentially, but no, I don't think so. Anyway, Man City have got a throw now on this near side, which Kyle Walker is going to take.
Which needed breaking it.
And he does need a break, yeah. He's probably doing good, actually, because obviously the international break means he's going to have a 2 weeks off, essentially, if he doesn't go into the England squad, which I don't think he will. So then that is, hopefully he'll come back fit and firing again. Let's hope so. But yeah, it's not, he needed a break. Maybe not necessarily this game, but he did need a break, and he's going to have a break. So.
How many is he actually letting him get away with that?
I thought time wasting was supposed to be a yellow card, but anyway.
He also stepped about 10 yards further forward twice. I mean, Ben White does waste a lot of time.
City now trying to get some possession of the
Better.
ball in the second half. But we've won it high up the
Oh!
pitch again, and that was a foul there, surely, by Phil Foden on Jesus. Referee has said actually play on because we've got the ball. Martin Odegaard dinks it over the top, looking for Eddie. Decent touch this time from Eddie Nketiah. He's held the ball up well inside the area, but the layoff was poor, and Foden's picked it up for City. Drifts past 2 or 3 challenges. Then he was fouled, or was he fouled? It doesn't matter because they kept the ball. And now Foden's got it again, but he hasn't. But Bernardo Silva has. And this is where City are dangerous, aren't they, when they break out? It's Rico Lewis. Martinelli's fouled him there. Surely, the referee says play on. Lewis has gone through. And Lewis has scored, but I don't think it's going to count because the whistle's already gone.
The whistle did go, yeah.
And he's smiling about it, Rico Lewis. I'm not sure what the referee's given. It looked like it was a foul on Rico Lewis.
Whistle, didn't he?
In which case, City will probably feel a little bit hard done by because had the referee allowed that to go on.
No, because we stopped.
Because it was a foul there on Rico Lewis. So the referee must have given a free kick then. And then he finished it well, actually. But
that was a good finish.
It isn't going to count. It was definitely a foul there by Martinelli. Although he managed to kind of get back up again pretty quickly, didn't he? He handballed it.
He handballs it there. You can't give it. Yeah.
He handballed
and then
it
that's a foul as well.
He ran through and scored, but he knew it wasn't going to be allowed. But anyway, it's a free kick to. Is it a free kick to Manchester City? You'd imagine it is because he was fouled initially before that handball. It is. It is. It's what about 30 yards out.
Looks a bit further forward the foul. To be fair.
No, I think he was pulled back and he slid, didn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be this free kick here, which we need to defend. Rico Lewis. It wasn't Rico Lewis that took it out. They took it quickly, but Arsenal do deal with that. Haven't really got the ball clear though. Kovacic. It's into the box there by Ruben Diaz, I think it was, but David Raya's there. And Arsenal have survived that little scare. Ball goes out to William Saliba, back again to Jorginho. That's with Gabriel. Jorginho again, and Arsenal now just having a little bit of possession in front of our own penalty area.
What's the alternative main camera? Have you ever used it?
I don't know what it is. Might be able to use it anyway without Sky. But that would be mad, wouldn't it? Off-road says there, Oliver has been told to level up the dodgy refereeing decisions. Martinelli got away with that. Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't a yellow card, actually, because he's pulled him back when he's kind of running through on goal. It would only have been a yellow card. It looked like it was out, but I don't know. Was all the ball out? Anyway, the ball's now back with Edison. And so far, Arsenal have had 2 efforts on goal to Man City's none in the second half. Not that those stats really matter, because it's still 0-0. That's the only stat that matters, isn't it? And City now are coming forward themselves. Haaland very deep to get the ball, lays it off. Alvarez, there's a player over on that far side. And here comes City. It's Guardiola, plays it into the box towards Foden, touches it off to Alvarez. Shot hits Gabriel. Good defending from Arsenal. Looked a little bit shaky for a minute. Kyle Walker's going to try a shot, is he? No, he's not. But looks as though Arsenal was stretched there for a minute. First time we've really been stretched in this game, certainly in the second half. It was Guardiola over on that far side, pulled it back, and Foden, had it been more ahead of him rather than just behind him, he may well have managed to get a shot away, but luckily it wasn't. And then Alvarez's shot was blocked by Gabriel, but Haaland now in possession, he slips just as he was looking to maybe line up a shot, and Declan Rice steps in. But it's been a much better second half from Arsenal. We've played 58 minutes. And apart from that breakaway there from City a few moments ago, they've not threatened at all since half time. And the substitution of Martinelli has made an impact. There's no doubt about that. But it is still 0-0. We need a goal while we're on top, especially when you're playing a team like City. You don't get too many opportunities, do you? And when you're on top in the game, you have to make the most of it. Anyway, Arsenal played it out from the back. Zinchenko now on his near side, plays it back again to Gabriel. Goes long up this near side, looking for Eddie Nketiah, but it's gone out for a throw to Man City, which Nathan Ake is going to take it. He's taken it already to Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz bringing the ball forward and then stops. Not being put under pressure at all. Bernardo Silva now. And City, I think, just wanted to get a little bit of possession in the second half now. Just slowing the pace down to try and get some control because it's been all Arsenal really, but they're in possession now. Ruben Diaz goes back to Edison. City are good at taking the sting out of a game, aren't they? And that's exactly what they're doing now.
We seem to be at this in traffic for a little bit.
And then Edison goes long, looking for Haaland, but it wasn't a great ball. Saliba headed that on, but City have picked it up again in midfield. Bernardo Silva now breaking forward. Rico Lewis on the turn. He's got Kyle Walker on his near side if he wants him. He's found him now. Arsenal have got most players back behind the ball. In fact, everyone behind the ball, apart from Martin Odegaard. But now everyone is behind the ball as it goes back to Ruben Diaz. Now it's with Nathan Ake. We're coming up to the hour mark. It's still Arsenal 0, Manchester City 0. Not a massive amount of goal scoring opportunities in this game. Two teams really cancelling each other out, but maybe we'll see it a bit more open in the last 20 minutes or so. But Arsenal picked up the ball now with Martin Odegaard. Now it's with Ben White. Plays it up that far side. Gabriel Jesus, he's going to have a run forward. He's carried the ball. Played it outside him to Declan Rice. Oh, it wasn't a bit of misunderstanding with him and Ben White there, but Arsenal keep the ball. Russ says there, as Rice is bringing the ball out, Kovacic grabs his arm and pulls him back. Rice plays on, but has to pass backwards. That's another yellow. Well, it's not a yellow if the referee doesn't see it, is it? And he's not going to give him another yellow for that, is he? Kovacic may well get a second yellow, but it'll have to be for an actual foul as opposed to just holding on to someone's shirt. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I've got a feeling he'll get taken off soon anyway.
He won't get sent off.
No, he'll get taken off. Pep will take him off because Pep ain't stupid. Zinchenko now inside the centre circle. It's now Arsenal's turn to keep possession without really getting the ball forward. We are now Ben White over on that far side. Plays it into Jesus, gets it back again. Ben White inside the box. Plays it off to Martin Odegaard. Tries to get a shot away. He does, but it's not a great shot. It's blocked. Comes out to Jorginho now. It's over on that far side. Jesus again. I think he wanted to find a shot. Zinchenko on his left foot, but instead he plays it to Martinelli. He's been the danger man in his second half. Martinelli, can he get the cross in? Plays it back to Zinchenko. Should have crossed it first time, but he does cross it now towards the far post. There's no Arsenal player attacking it. But City don't really clear it particularly well. Jesus now on that far touchline. Oh, he can't get the ball across. He's crowded out. And it's going to be a corner though to Arsenal. I think it was Nathan Ake came across there. That was a decent ball from Zinchenko. Headed out by Guardia. It wasn't really a good clearance actually. In the end, Jesus got to the byline, but Nathan Ake was there to put that behind it. It's another corner to Arsenal though. So we're putting more pressure on City. It has been a very good second half from Arsenal, but we need the goal. Is this going to be the moment? This corner comes in from Odegaard. It's flicked away at the near post and then headed away again. And then the shot comes in there from Zinchenko.
He hasn't played too bad.
Which ends up going into the North Bank. And that is that. Nathan says they're just missing a goal. Yeah, well, we're missing a goal, yeah. But we're playing well. You're right. We are playing well. But as I said, against City, when you're on top, you need to score because City will have a spell in the second half. There's no doubt about that. They'll have a good 10, 15-minute spell, and that's when we're going to have to dig in because that's when, in the second half of games is when they get stronger, and that's when we're going to have to try and see this through. So we need a goal, really, don't we? If we've got a lead to defend, it makes a massive difference. But
it doesn't seem like City, I don't know, they haven't really attacked, really gone for it. They do seem a bit reserved.
No, but just the way they want to play this game, they're happy to keep the ball. They know they'll create chances later on. And that's what they're relying on. So we need to take our chances now that when we're on top. Well, there's going to be a substitution for Man City as well, actually, now.
He's definitely going to John Stones.
Matheus Nunes is going to come on. He's been the player who's been playing in place of John Stones in place of Rodri. So I've got a feeling that Kovacic may well be going off. I'm not surprised that Pep's taking him off because he is just one foul away. He's been one foul away from a second yellow for a very long time. And I think he's going to go off and Nunes is coming on. But City now with a little bit of space here for City. Foden, he's got Haaland through the middle. A little bit of a heavy touch, but he keeps possession. Plays it out to that far side. Well, that's a strange ball, isn't it? But Kyle Walker should keep this in. He does keep it in, but all the momentum's gone out of that attack. Kyle Walker, though, plays it back infield to Bernardo Silva. Arsenal got a red wall in front of him, so he goes back to Rico Lewis. City now having a little spell of possession. that's been what this game's been like. It was described as a game of chess earlier, and I think that's pretty much sums it up, really. Anyway, Kovacic now over on that far side. I don't think he's got long left on the pitch here. Now it's with Ruben Diaz. City getting a little bit closer to our penalty area. Rico Lewis twisting and turning, looking for a pass, finds Kovacic instead. Now it's into Foden. City now moving the ball nice and slickly. The cross comes in from Ruben Diaz. He's looking for Rico Lewis, but it's headed behind by Ben White. It is going to be a corner to City. We're coming up to the halfway point of this second half. And this has been probably the longest spell of possession City have had, actually, since half-time. Are they going to make the substitutions now? They've got some players waiting to come on. I'll say Matheus Nunes and John Stones in particular were ready, weren't they? I'm not sure who else was coming on. I won't be surprised to see Jeremy Doku at some point as well. Anyway, it's a corner to City over on that far side in front of the City fans at the clock end. The corner comes in towards the near post, punched out by Ray. A good punch it was, indeed, under a bit of pressure. But City do pick the ball up, but that's gone all the way back to Edison, who controls that ball and then lays it off to Bernardo Silva. Still, City haven't made those substitutions. And we are now at halfway point in the second half, and it is still 0-0. And City now playing at walking pace, and Arsenal aren't really pressing them either. Frustrating sometimes when you watch these games. And City now just knocking the ball around Ruben Diaz. A little bit of movement ahead of him, but he's just slowed it down, touches it off to Bernardo Silva. Now it's with Kovacic again. Now Bernardo Silva, City moving forward in a line almost. It's almost like a military formation the way they play. Rico Lewis now touches it back to Ruben Diaz. Arsenal pressing a little bit more there. But Bernardo Silva's got the ball. Even when you press City, it's difficult to get the ball off them. And the problem is if you make a press and you don't get there, there's a space appears behind you. And that's where City are dangerous. They almost rely on you pressing them, don't they? Bernardo Silva now, though. We have forced them back, but City's still in possession. Now Kovacic bringing it forward. There's a run outside him, but he decides to hold on to the ball again and then knocks it back to Bernardo Silva. Rico Lewis is free. He's got the ball now, Rico Lewis. That's a decent ball into Foden. A nice turn. Tries to find Haaland in the box. He's managed to keep the ball. Foden now. He maybe tried to do a little bit too much there, and Jesus took the ball off him. And now Arsenal should get this away, but it comes back off a City plan. Now they'll make their substitutions. And let's see what the changes are. Kovacic is going off. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Oh, it is. Yeah, Lewis is going. I thought Lewis had a decent game, actually, Rico Lewis, for City. Young player. I'm sure he'll be one for the future for England. So he's gone off. And John Stones is coming on.
Number 8 went off.
And number 8, Kovacic. Yeah, we knew Kovacic would go off. I say Pep's not silly enough to keep him on much longer than he needed to. Although he's played 67 minutes. So he has gone off early, not as early as he could have done. And it is Nunes, Mateo Nunes, who's coming on. And he's going to just replace that. That's a like-for-like swap there in midfield, isn't it? And Alvarez is going off as well. Who is it coming on for him? It didn't really have that much impact in this game, did he, Julian Alvarez? It's Doku. There we go. I expected to see Jeremy Doku at some point. He's going to add a slightly different perspective, isn't he, to their attack with his pace on that left-hand side. Ben White is going to have to be very careful now, isn't he, having him running at him. Although Doku seems to be more playing in a central position. Seems to be taking Rico Lewis's position where he was been playing. But anyway, let's see how that kind of works. He may well attack down this near side to try and attack Zinchenko, that space behind Zinchenko. That seems to be the plan. Kyle Walker now, and here is Jeremy Doku, his first touch. Lines up across his face with Zinchenko just inside the penalty. A good tackle that was, though, by Zinchenko. Done well that time defensively. He's not always the best one-on-one defender, is he? But he did well there, Zinchenko. But City are keeping the ball now. They're having their spell, aren't they? And they're pushing Arsenal back. John Stones just on, back from injury. Now it's with Jeremy Doku again. He again runs at Zinchenko. Is he going to get past him this time? He does. Puts a cross in. It's a dangerous ball, but it's cleared away by Jorginho. But City again have picked the ball up. We can't get out in a minute. This is a dangerous moment with 20 minutes to play. You do feel that this is a big 10 minutes is for Arsenal now. We need to see this through. City have made their changes. Slightly different emphasis in the way they're going to play now in these last 20 minutes. Ruben Diaz plays it forward. It's just touched off there by Bernardo Silva to John Stones. Oh, that's a poor ball. Now, can Arsenal break? Martin Ødegaard inside the centre circle, but City get everyone back quickly behind the ball. And we're not moving the ball quick enough anyway. Mark C says, Kovacic reminds me of Johnny Vaughan. I suppose he does look a little bit like him, yeah. Anyway, Arsenal in possession now though, with William Saliba. Just touches it to that far side. Are we going to get a breakthrough in this game, or is it going to end up in a stalemate?
You can't see this game.
We'll see. There's 20 minutes to play.
Surely.
There hasn't been a lot of goal-scoring opportunities so far. Haaland hasn't had one yet. And
he's had a shot yet,
that's always good news because he only needs one chance often, doesn't he, to score. So 174 goals in his last 175 games. Wow, that is some record.
Whoa.
Kyle Walker there nipped in, but he's fouled Martinelli, who's gone down. And is that going to be a yellow card? Not sure if it will be. He just clipped his ankle there. It's a foul. Is it really worth a yellow card? I'm not sure. It's a foul. No doubt about that. He just clipped his ankle, didn't he, there? And anyway, Martinelli's gone down. And he's limping a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be okay. It is a free kick to Arsenal, which Zinchenko is standing over. And we're making 3 subs of our own now. Thomas Partey's back. Thomas Partey is coming on. Kai Havertz is coming on. And Tomiyasu as well. Now, whether they brought Tomiyasu on because they're worried about Jeremy Doku and Zinchenko, which I am, so maybe Arteta's thought that it's maybe time to make that change. Because Tomiyasu is a better one-on-one defender. There's no doubt about that. He doesn't offer as much with the ball, moving it forward, but he's certainly a better defender. And Doku is a very, very dangerous player. I'm not quite sure where Kai Havertz is going to fit into this.
Coming
on. Maybe Nketiah. And then who else is coming on? Thomas Partey, of course. So Thomas Partey is probably, Jorginho's probably going to go off of him. You'd imagine that would be a like for like probably in there. You'd imagine Zinchenko for Tomiyasu, and then not quite sure who's going to go off for Kai Havertz, actually. Would it be Eddie? And then maybe move Jesus through the middle.
Declan Rice and Jorginho going on.
No, he wouldn't take Declan Rice. He won't say, unless he's injured. He's playing well. I think it will be Eddie Nketiah. Jesus will go through the middle, and Kai Havertz will be playing on this left-hand side of the kind of midfield. Anyway, Arsenal trying to come forward now with Jesus. He's got Martinelli outside. A good defending actually from Kyle Walker. That's really good play from Kyle Walker, actually. Defended well and then got himself out of a tight spot.
That's what we struggle to do. Exactly what he's just done is what we struggle to do.
Well, yeah, because our players aren't quite as good, are they? Most of them. That's the problem.
Are you saying Ben White's not as good as Kyle Walker?
Yeah. Anyway, Man City now again slowing it down with Nathan Ake. We've played 72.5 minutes. We still wait for this breakthrough here at the Emirates. Are we going to see a winning goal?
We need a goal.
Are we going to get a goal in this game? Or will it be another draw? It'll be the 4th draw today in all 4 games, if that's the case. Anyway, it is Doku now. Has gone over to that far side down there left, which is where he's dangerous. He's into the box. Doku, cross comes in. Ben White defends that well and gets some high fives there from his goalkeeper.
Kyle Walker?
Well, yeah, he blocked that one well. But Doku's going to be a threat in these final minutes, I'm sure. Russ says genuinely no other top 4 side as a striker offers as little as in. I mean, I don't think any top 10 team does, to be honest. He's a Crystal Palace level striker, isn't he, Eddie Nketiah? And I don't know what it needs for people to wake up to that fact, what the manager to wake up to that fact. He offered him £100,000 a week contract, so he clearly wants him to stay. It kind of sums up a lot of the issues that we have. Anyway, it's a City corner now over on that far side, which Nunes is going to take the substitute. Which into the 6-yard box. Raya grabs that really well, actually, under a bit of pressure from Haaland. And he rolls the ball out to this near side to Zinchenko, who we believe is going to be going off very shortly. Anyway, he's found Martinelli. Arsenal still haven't had a chance to make them substitutions yet. No. Martinelli, though, going off this near side does well. Martinelli, that's really good play from Martinelli, switches it well as well to Martin Ødegaard. Is this the moment for Arsenal? Martin Ødegaard was shot from distance and it's gone high over the bar. At least now we can make these changes that we've been waiting to make the last 5 minutes. It is Zinchenko going off for Tomiyasu. We kind of thought it would be. And I think that's a good decision. Zinchenko's actually done okay today. He gave the ball away once or twice. He was out of position a couple of times. Well, out of position as we see it, not as Arteta sees it. But Tomiyasu's coming on. He is a very, very good defender.
I don't like Tomiyasu.
No, he's all right. It is Eddie going off. It is Eddie going off. And Kai Havertz is coming on. And you'd imagine it's sort of Jorginho for Thomas Partey. You would imagine it is going to be. Yeah. And it is, Jorginho, because got an early booking. He had a good game today, Jorginho. I thought he played well. He kept possession well, moved the ball well. And that's what he offers us. But Thomas Partey's coming on. He's a bit more dynamic, isn't he, Thomas Partey? Interesting to see how he fits in with Declan Rice, because they've not really played in midfield together.
They played together. That's a bit worrying.
Because he was playing right back at the start, wasn't he? And then he got injured and he's not played in midfield since.
I'm telling you, if City score, it comes from Tomiyasu's mistake.
It looks as though Havertz is playing as the centre forward, or I suppose a false nine, if you like. Seems to be where he's playing, doesn't it? Looking at the way we've set up. Declan Rice seems to have pushed on a little bit more, and I think Partey's going to be sitting a little bit deeper in that midfield, but City now trying to come forward. But that wasn't a great ball. Jesus wins it back. And now Jesus coming forward for Arsenal. He's dropped a little bit deeper as well. Martin Ødegaard, Thomas Partey, his first touch for quite a long time, isn't it? Back in the side. Finds Ben White. Now Gabriel Jesus over on that far side. Plays it in to Ben White. Finds Martin Ødegaard. Now Jesus over on that far side. Jesus tried to do the hard thing when maybe it would have been easier just to cross the ball. Anyway, Jeremy Doku now trying to break forward, but Ben White snaps at him, wins the ball back. Good play that was from Ben White. But in Arsenal now having a good spell. And that's gone a corner off Jeremy Doku there. It is a corner to Arsenal. And we've got 14 minutes to play. Mark C says there, although Jorginho is one-paced, he did well today. Yeah, you know what you're going to get with Jorginho. He keeps the ball well, he moves it, and he keeps possession, and he keeps the ball. He keeps the ball moving, and that's what he's good at. And he did well today. You're right. We've got a corner now, and is this going to be the moment for Arsenal? Kai Havertz is in the 6-yard box. Wouldn't it be good if he got the winning goal against City? Well, what a way to announce it. We did a cool score against them in the Champions League final, didn't he? But not today, not so far anyway. But Arsenal still got the ball over on that far side. Declan Rice, Doku's across well. He's so fast, isn't he?
He's quick, isn't he?
He's got quick feet. And here he goes again over on that far side. And he did well for City there, actually, Doku. Got to have a tight situation defensively and brought them up the pitch. But it is a throw to Arsenal, which Ben White is going to take. This is a big 15 minutes or so coming up, isn't it, in this game, possibly in this season, you have to say. If we can get a winning goal and City lose for a second week in a row, obviously it put us above City as well in the table very early in the season. Of course, we were above them a long time last season. It didn't make much difference in the end, but let's beat them today anyway, and we can worry about the rest of it later. But this is nice from Arsenal. Now, Tomiyasu on this near side plays the ball back to Gabriel. Also more advanced up the pitch now. Declan Rice finds Gabriel Martinelli. Can't really go forward, so goes back to Rice again. Thomas Partey's actually moved ahead of Rice. Now it's with William Saliba. Thomas Partey now. Can he make a difference here? Declan Rice on this near side. He's got Tomiyasu outside him. He finds Tomiyasu. Martinelli's back up here. Gabriel Martinelli looks to cross it in towards that far post. He does. Jesus is there. Heads it back. Oh, he doesn't quite head it back, actually. Martin Ødegaard had made a good run into the box there if he could have found him. But now instead, City looking to come forward. But Jesus is right back. No, he hasn't. The referee's given a free kick. It was on Jeremy Doku there. Jesus is saying it wasn't a foul, but the referee's given it. And Man City will have a free kick to kind of end a little spell of possession there, which was looking quite dangerous, wasn't it? And the ball's now back with goalkeeper Edison, and Man City now trying to come forward themselves as we move into the final 12 minutes of normal time. There'll be a bit of stoppage time, not an awful lot actually. The game's flowed. It's lacked goalmouth excitement, but it's been fascinating to watch the two teams kind of cancelling each other out a little bit and wondering who's going to make a big move The substitutions have made a difference for both teams. Edison has just kicked the ball out for a throw to Arsenal. At least when his distribution's poor, it goes out of play rather than to an opposition player, as it tends to do when we do it. But anyway, Gabriel now for Arsenal finds
We need a big push this last
William
10 minutes.
Saliba. It's going to be a big 10 minutes. This I think for both teams, you can kind of sense both teams are feeling that they can still win this game. Equally, both teams feel that they could still lose it as well. It's one of them. It's very, very finely poised, isn't it? Martinelli has made a big difference in the second half, but he's lost the ball now, and City can try and come forward. But Arsenal have defended pretty well in numbers when we've had to. We've kept our shape well. And we've denied City too many spaces. They've not had too many opportunities, have they, in this game? And we've not had too many either. So it's been an even game, hasn't it? And I suppose a draw in the first 80 minutes here would probably be a fair result, wouldn't it? But anyway, there is still time for someone to win it. But we are getting into that time now where one goal is probably going to decide this game. Who is going to get it? Who's going to be the hero or the villain?
Go on, Kai.
For one of these teams. Will it be Kai Havertz? Imagine if he did score the winner against City in the Champions League final, didn't he, for Chelsea in 2020, 21, or whenever it was? I can't remember which year it was now. 2021, I think it was. Anyway, City are now coming forward. This is good play. Haaland lays the ball off. Is this going to be the moment for City? What a great tackle, Declan Rice. Brilliant. Brilliant from him.
That one.
He's had a great game, Declan Rice again. Martinelli runs into trouble, and Doku now has got the ball for City. It's become a little bit tense now, hasn't it? Now City coming forward again with Kyle Walker on this near side. Haaland hasn't had a sniff, which is worrying me because he's bound to get one chance in this game. He always gets at least one. And it's just whether or not he takes it. That's going to maybe be key now in his last 9 minutes. City now are just trying to keep some possession in Arsenal's half. Foden tries to turn away, but that's a good tackle there as well by Jesus, who's played well today. Now it's with Bernardo Silva on this near side. We can't get the ball out at the minute. We can't keep possession. Now it's back with Kyle Walker. Back again to the substitute Nunes.
You never predicted 0-0. If this ends 0-0.
Well, it wouldn't be a bad result for us, a draw. When you look at how we've lost our last 7 games at home against them in the league. So, we've lost our last 7 in the league in total, haven't we? No, 12 in the league in a row. 7 at home. Anyway, Arsenal now having to defend at the minute with 8 minutes to play nearly. Kyle Walker now on this near side. That's a ball play through looking for Haaland. Suddenly puts the afterburners on. Puts Gabriel under pressure, and in fact, it's gone out. Has it gone out? Pep tried to keep it in there. Thought he was still playing. It has gone out of play, and Haaland there didn't look like he was interested in that ball, and then suddenly sprinted after it and put Gabriel under pressure. Now he's going to get the ball again from that throw.
Something like that.
He's got it to Foden, and is that a corner? It's another corner, is it, for City? Or is that a goal kick?
It's a goal kick.
I think it's a goal kick, actually. I think it must have come off of Foden there. And it's a goal kick to Arsenal. It says a match stats there. We've had 11 shots to their 4, but it's 1 on target each. And that kind of is where this game is. There hasn't been a lot of chances, has there? There hasn't been a lot of shots at goal. Terry says there, Havertz winner in the Champions League final was, believe it or not, a mistake by Zinchenko. No, I can't believe that for a minute. I think it was actually, yeah, I seem to remember that now. Anyway, Arsenal looking to try and find a mistake from somebody in the City team tonight to try to get this, turn 1 point into 3, which would take us above City. Wouldn't take us quite top of the league unless we was to win by 2 goals. But anyway, let's not worry too much about that. No, we'd be level with Tottenham if we win, but we're 1 goal behind them. So we need to win by 2 goals to go above them.
Yeah.
But we're the same before this weekend. We're the same goal difference, and they've scored more goals. So we need to win by 2 goals because they won by 1 yesterday. But anyway, let's just win it first before I worry about that. Anyway, Thomas Partey now on this near side. You do feel this game could still go either way, but which way is it going to go, or is it going to finish 0-0? Let's see. Anyway, Thomas Partey now on that far side. It's going to be a late goal if we get one. We've played 84 minutes.
No, I feel like 90-minute winner.
84 minutes played. We're getting down to that crucial stage. Jesus' throw. Havertz chests it off.
That'll do.
Martinelli gone inside the penalty area. He needs someone to lay it off to his fan. Jesus, is this the moment? It isn't, because Jesus ran into trouble there. He went down looking for the penalty.
Declan Rice was wide open.
He wasn't fouled. He needed to pull that ball back. That was good play though for Arsenal. In fact, there's going to be a VAR check. Let's have a look.
Just pass it into it. Declan Rice there. Look, he's open.
No, he got the ball. Ake got the ball there. That's not a penalty. It's a good tackle. And in actual fact, it's a really good tackle because had he not got the ball,
it would
have been a penalty. But it was a really good tackle actually from Nathan Ake. And the VAR check is complete. We decided it ourselves. We didn't need VAR. We realised it wasn't a penalty.
We needed a VAR penalty.
So we decided that for him.
I'd be really biased.
Anyway, Arsenal now got the ball with David Raya, goes long up this near side looking for Martinelli, but that's gone out of play as well. And we are now into the last 5 minutes. 5 minutes here. Are we going to get a winner? It's been a very tense afternoon.
So we can level City without their best players.
Well, we haven't quite done it yet. There's still time. There is still time. Arsenal got a throw on this near side. Can Arsenal find this goal, which would be so important, wouldn't it? Tomiyasu throws the ball back to Gabriel. 4.5 minutes of normal time to play. Still time. There is still time for some late drama. Very late drama it would be, wouldn't it? Ben White lays it off to Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey dinks the ball over the top, looking for Tomiyasu. It is nice little header down to Kai Havertz inside the penalty. It's to Martinelli. Martinelli scores. Is that going to be the winner? He's made a difference since he's come on. It was deflected off Ake. It was. It doesn't matter. It's gone in. 4 minutes to play, and Arsenal have found a goal. Incredible stuff. It was Martinelli's going to go to. It was deflected in, and Arsenal have got a late goal. And that can only mean one thing. It is indeed 1-0 to the Arsenal. Martinelli, who's made the difference today since he's come on. He really has made a difference. And what a big goal this could prove to be with 3.5 minutes to play.
Come on.
Has Martinelli won this for Arsenal? First time we'd have beaten Manchester City in the Premier League since 2015. It's been a long time coming. First time shot, took a deflection.
Wasn't going in either without that.
Edison was left stranded there. Let's have a look at behind the goal. We'll see if it was going in. I think it was on target. It was on target. It's Martinelli's goal. But the deflections made a massive difference.
Watch him in the face.
Edison just picks that. Really Edison just picks that up underneath. About that deflection straight at him. Look, he just picks it up. The deflection beats him.
He'd already committed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll take it all day long. And Arsenal, is Mikel Arteta about to beat Pep for the first time? Wow, it's been a long time coming. There's still time. City are famous for late goals, aren't they? And they're going to be fired up now for these last few minutes. But we are close to what would be an incredible victory in the circumstances. City on the verge of losing 2 in a row in the Premier League for the first time in, 3 or 4 years? 4 years. Mark C says it was going in off the far post. I think keeper saves that if it doesn't matter. Offroad says they're now go and get a second. No, let's not lose this now. Mark C says let's shut up shop. Yeah, exactly. Russ says yes. City though are still coming forward, but we've won the ball off Foden, and maybe we will go and get a second.
We love late goals.
Rajendra says Martinelli is going to be a Ballon d'Or winner. Well, I very much doubt it. If Thierry Henry never won it, there's no way Martinelli's winning it. Anyway, let's see Arsenal now in possession. We're into the last 90 seconds of normal time. There's going to be 5, 6, 7 minutes stoppage time, do we think? Quite a bit, probably.
That's about 4.
But let's see what happens. There's been a lot of substitutions. I don't know.
That's about it.
5, maybe. They're singing the song we just played as well, so they must have heard us.
No, we don't sing it every time we go on.
Singing 1-0 to the Arsenal. and Arsenal on the verge of a famous victory, you have to say. And it would put us above Man City in the table and level on points
we'll have another one.
with Tottenham. If we get one more, we'll actually go top. Declan Rice is bringing it forward, but we don't want to take too many risks, do we? We don't need a second goal necessarily. We just need to hang on for this 3 points because it would be an incredible result. Gabriel, though, now.
I don't think this is the way to do it, though.
Well, we just need to keep possession. We're into the last minute of the 90. Let's see whether or not there's going to be a lot of injury time. Kai Havertz now, you could say he's made a difference as well. It was his layoff that set up the goal.
Tommy Atsu and Havertz.
Tommy Atsu. The substitutions have made a difference today. Thomas Partey finds Martin Ødegaard. Arsenal quite happy to keep the ball. And Arsenal are on the verge of a massive 3 points. But there is still going to be time. See how much stoppage time we're coming in a minute. We're into the last 10 seconds of the 90. Let's see what the stoppage time is. Gabriel Jesus now bringing it forward. Kai Havertz touches it off. Not a great ball, though. That's what Kai Havertz is frustrating sometimes. Anyway, Martin Ødegaard tries to win it back. 4 minutes. Only 4 minutes of stoppage time. Wow, I thought it might have been a bit more than that. But anyway, 4 minutes will do. We'll take 4 minutes.
It's going to be a long 4 minutes.
And let's see if we can see this through. Or will we get some more late drama? That long ball there, played over the top by Raya. Carl Walker's going to get there. Tommy Atsu is very far out of the pitch, isn't he? He's going to have to get himself back now.
So Martinelli's off.
Anyway, Edison is in possession for City, finds John Stones. We need to be switched on for these final few minutes now, don't we? It's now with Bernardo Silva. Foden's outside him. Foden has now got the ball. Puts a cross right over to that far side to Jeremy Doku. He's not had as much impact as we feared he might, but maybe he will now. Plays the ball back. Guardiola plays it back to Doku, but he's not going to keep that in. That's a poor ball, actually. And Doku didn't have a chance there. We played 1 minute of the 4 stoppages. We are nearly there. Martin Ødegaard is trying to rally the fans. Nathan says there's such a big confidence boost having not beat them in 12 attempts. No, exactly, yeah. I mean, we haven't beaten for ages. And it is going to be a massive boost. But we're not quite there yet. We are not quite there yet. Let's see if we can see this through. We're very close to what would be a famous victory.
40 seconds to kick the ball.
Long goal kick there is headed forward there by Guardiola. And then Ben White wins the second ball. Nathan Ake looking to make up for that, but he's headed it out. It's a throw to Arsenal. We're virtually halfway through the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Normally at this point we'd have brought Rob Holding on if we still had Rob Holding, but we don't, so we won't be. Surprised it maybe been Kiwior on for the last couple of minutes. Just this is normal little defensive change, isn't it, when we're winning the game at the end anyway. Arsenal that's when I come forward. Kai Havertz over on that far side. Looks like he's going to head towards the corner flag. He does head towards the corner flag, and that will do if he can keep it there for the next 2 minutes.
That was our ball.
But Doku comes across. In fact, it hasn't gone out. It has now. It's City's ball.
Hey.
And it is going to be a City throw. They won't have many more chances.
He's made an absolute mare of that. Well done, Jesus.
I mean, Jesus kicked the ball away.
He's going to get booked.
Jesus is going to. In fact, I think Edison's going to get booked.
I mean, I think to be fair, both should. Jesus should run off.
He is booking both. He is booking
He's
both.
booked both. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's probably fair.
Jesus for kicking the ball away.
Yeah,
and Edison for kicking in.
What happened there? I mean, there was no need for that, was there, to be fair? He knew what he was doing.
Well, he was trying to get the ball, but yeah, it's a yellow card for both of them, obviously. Anyway, we're into the last minute of stoppage time. City are trying to come forward.
As if that's Edison's second yellow card. What was that one for?
Haaland now, but Arsenal managed to scramble the ball clear. We're into the last minute of stoppage time. We're very close.
Oh, we have a light as well.
Anyway, the ball goes back to goalkeeper Edison. This might well be City's last chance. A long ball played forward. It's going to run all the way through to David Raya. And that could well be that for Arsenal. And we are seconds away from the victory here. Massive 3 points this would be if we can see this through. David Raya's taking his time. We're 10 seconds away from the 4 of stoppages. It's just whatever the referee decides to add on to be added on time. But City don't look like scoring, to be honest. They really don't look like scoring, do they?
That'll do.
And it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal. We're going to be in no hope.
Yes!
And the full-time whistle's gone.
Come on!
It's a famous victory. Arteta finally gets one over his old mate Pep. They shake hands there. I'm sure they'll have a conversation about this game tonight. But Arsenal have finally done it. It's Martinelli's goal inside the last 5 minutes has won it for Arsenal. Massive, massive deflection on it. But anyway, Terry says there, enjoy your long trip back to Manchester. Yeah, 2 defeats in a row for City in the Premier League. First time that's happened since 2018. In fact, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games now in all competitions because they did lose to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup as well, although they did, of course, win in the Champions League in midweek. Arsenal are celebrating a very, very big victory. Nathan says, huge win. Mark C says, job done. Yeah, it is the job done. Exactly. That's exactly what it was, a job done. You know, we wasn't too confident before the start. I mean, Emerson, why did you say?
I was. I told you we'd win. I had
You
every
did say
confidence
we'd
we'd
win.
win.
You did say we'd win.
I thought we might have been a bit more
I
comfortable.
thought maybe a draw would have been a good result. I think a draw would have been a good result.
But we won.
But we won instead, which is even better, isn't it? Mark C says a classic Arsenal scoreline. Indeed, it is a classic Arsenal scoreline. There you go, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Mark C says they're amazed we kept a clean sheet at home. Yes, I think that's our first clean sheet at home, isn't it? And City had 1 shot on target all game. We only had 2 of it. Well, in fact, if you consider the goal a shot on target, which was sort of deflected, but you know, we restricted them to very little. We defended well as a team. And Haaland does not very happy. I think he's at 3 or 4 games in a row he's not scored in as well. That's a goal drought for him, isn't it? Probably the longest goal drought of his career.
There's nothing to
but anyway, I thought we deserved that maybe overall. It was a tight game. There was not much to choose between the sides, you have to say. But we defended well. We restricted them to very little. And in the second half, we had 2 or 3 good moments, didn't we? Martinelli made a big difference. And it was him that got the goal that mattered in the end. And he is the late hero for Arsenal. 86 minutes that goal went in. And that's when you want to score against City, isn't it? When they don't have much time to come back. They don't get time to build up.
That game
yeah, if they score early on in the second half, what's going on here? There seems to be a bit of stuff going on the pitch there between some of the City players and some of the Arsenal staff, maybe. Not too sure what's happened there. Kyle Walker doesn't look very happy as he's trying to be shepherded off the pitch by some of the Arsenal staff. Haaland was involved as well. And there seems to be a little bit of bad feeling. I think it's City not being very good losers, but you know, that's what winners. That's what winners are like, aren't they? Winners don't like losing, and you want to see a team who, you know, if that's your team and they lose, you want to see them react like that, don't you?
I'm surprised it wasn't a bit more feisty, to be honest.
But yeah, it wasn't that sort of game, was it? I mean, the talking point is going to be the Kovacic potential second yellow card. In the end, it didn't matter. We won the game. Had we not won, that would have been a big talking point, wouldn't it? You know, City having to play with 10 men all that length of time. But we've won anyway, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? We don't really care. We've beaten them. We said, didn't we, before that, this was a chance to beat City with the players they had missing. If we wasn't going to beat them today, we might never beat them, and we've done it. We've done what we had to do. It was tight. It was difficult. We worked hard for that though, and we've got the 3 points. Phil says a rare home clean sheet, a great win. Yeah, exactly. A rare home clean sheet is what it was. Our first one of the season, isn't it, in the Premier League? First one for a while actually. So that's always nice, isn't it? And we needed a clean sheet today because we were never going to score 2 or 3 probably against this City team. So a clean sheet was important. We defended well. You have to say that's the best we've defended at home all season in the league. And now hopefully we can get the confidence from this, that we've said before. And then who knows, maybe it's what we need to go on and really challenge City this season. Last season, you could say we challenged City, and yes, mathematically we did, but the 2 games we played against them, they were miles ahead of us in both of those 2 games. Today, they wasn't. It was quite an even game, and we've shaded it. And hopefully now that's going to be what makes the difference. That's going to be what makes the difference. Let's hope so. So we'll see what happens there. Off-road says Saliba and Gabby, best centre-back partnership in Prem. Well, I don't know about that. They certainly had a good game today. We do still concede too many goals in general. Last season we did. This season we've conceded too many, really. But today they were really good. Everyone was good today. And we've kept a clean sheet against the best team in Europe at this moment in time. So we have to be delighted with that. Mark C says, will the media give us that? Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter, does it really? Regenda says, don't worry about the media. Martinelli and Saka will be the best players in the world. Well, they're not the best players in the world, but they're certainly our best players at the moment, aren't they? Mark C says, Arteta getting the subs and timing of the 100% spot on. He did. And that's been a criticism we've had of Arteta in the past, hasn't it? We've often said his substitutions have been bad, poorly timed, the wrong substitutions at the wrong time. But today, he got them right. You're absolutely right. He did. He made the right subs at the right time. Terry says there, what a great sight seeing City fans' faces. Yeah, it is a great sight seeing City fans' faces, yeah, indeed. Offo says there, media don't like Arsenal, nor the most pundits. No, they don't, but who cares? I don't really care. Whatever Gary Neville said, I don't listen to him. I'm not bothered what he says. If they don't like Arsenal, so what? I never cared what he did as he was a player. I'm not going to care what he says now. The same with all of them. It doesn't matter. What matters is what's on the pitch. And today we've won the game. It doesn't matter what the media say. It doesn't matter what Gary Neville says or any of them. We've beaten Man City 1-0. We're joint top of the table with Tottenham, funnily enough. Arsenal and Tottenham battling for the league title. Who would have thought that, eh? But anyway, it's still very early days, of course. Yeah,
if we'd beaten them, we would have been top of the league.
Well, yeah, we would have been if we'd beaten them, but we didn't. So, but it's been, it's been a decent start for the season. We haven't always played as well as we can, but today we just carried out the plan to perfection, didn't we? The whole game. It was a really, really good performance from back to front, and we got the goal when we needed it. Off-road says there, shouldn't we adopt the song "No One Likes Us"? Well, we kind of did, didn't we, in the 80s, I suppose. But yeah, we're level on points and level on goal difference with Tottenham. We're 2 points ahead of Man City. In fact, we're only one goal behind them on goal difference, and that's despite the fact they've had a couple of big wins. But Liverpool are fourth with 17
How come
points.
we're not top? What have Tottenham done?
They've scored more goals, yeah. I think they've scored one more goal or something, yeah. But we needed one more goal to go top. It doesn't matter. We're going into international break unbeaten in the league and joint top of the league. What more can you want? What more can you want? So yeah, it's been a great game, isn't it? A great result, a great performance from Arsenal, and we are moving on to the international break in great spirits, aren't we? It's what's that? Eight games in the Premier League unbeaten. When was the last season we were unbeaten after 8 games in the league? Be a long time ago.
Was it not last season?
No, we lost after 6th game last season.
So I think maybe the Invincible team, that may be the last time, or the season after potentially. Last time we went this long unbeaten from the start of the season in the league, but it's been a good set. This is the first time, isn't it? We might not have lost the other games, but I never expected us to lose any of them when the fixtures came out. This was the game we look at. Man City, we never beat them. They always come to the Emirates and win. So this is the first time that we've got a result much better than expected. But we need to build on this now, don't we? We need to come back after the international break, go again. Chelsea away, they've hit a bit of form, haven't they, coming into this international break as well. So we're going to have to be on our game to beat them. Let's hope that we did. In fact, Theo Walcott's in the studio. He was the last Arsenal player to score a winning goal against City in the league in 2015. So it's good to see him enjoying it as well. And Arsenal have finally beaten City. Gift of the gab, they've put. It was indeed the gift of the gab. So anyway, Arsenal have won. I will be on Talk TV I've just actually had a phone call. I think that might have been them. They might want me on earlier. I was going to be on at 7:20, but I've got a feeling it might be a bit earlier. Let me just have a look and see. Anyway, I'll be on there from after 7 o'clock on Talk TV. So come and join me on there. We're going to talk about this game, which could be quite fun now, couldn't it? I was a bit worried about it before. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to go on there to talk about a 4-0 defeat to Man City. But actually,
have a bit of faith.
It's a 1-0 victory, so it's going to be much more fun now, isn't it? Which is good. Offo says there, Spurs fans will be bleating about the deflected goal.
Got lucky
after game handed them against Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, it's a deflected goal, but who cares? They all count, don't they? Regenda says, I believe Martinelli's shot would have beaten it. I don't know. I think it was quite close to him. we'd never know. It doesn't really
Doesn't
matter now,
matter.
does it? It
Doesn't
doesn't matter.
Goal's a goal.
Terry says, love the smug look on Theo's face. Yeah, that little grin he had there was cool, wasn't it? I say, amazing that he was the last Arsenal player to score a winning goal against City in the league. Anyway, that is all good stuff. So I say I'm going to be on Talk TV very shortly. So come and join me for that. That's going to be good. And it's finished here today. The Emirates Arsenal 1 Man City 0. Wow. We wasn't expecting that really, was we? But it's a great victory.
I was.
And it's maybe you was, but I wasn't expecting it. And most people in the comments wasn't expecting it either.
Well, you're all wrong.
So we was all wrong. We were. We've won.
Your 2-1 prediction. How did that go?
Well, yes. I mean, none of us got it right. So, but you got the nearest.
I did.
But that, and it's a great win, isn't it? It is a great win, and we have to build on this now. Oppo says later, guys. Indeed, thank you very much, mate. We'll see you very soon. Obviously, there's an international break, so not a lot going on our channel for next week. Mark C says walking on air for the rest of the day. Indeed, yeah, it's a nice feeling, isn't it? Beating City. It's been such a long time coming. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, anyway. Whatever it is that you guys are doing. I'm off for a week to Northumberland, so that's going to be good. And we'll be back on the channel Friday night for the Arsenal Women's Show, looking ahead to the Aston Villa game next weekend. So join us for that. It's going to be a good week now, isn't it? Good 2 weeks, because we don't play again for 2 weeks. When we play Chelsea after the international break, so that's going to be good. And we are above City now. What great fun it is, and a great game today. We really enjoyed that, didn't we? So
we did.
It's been good. Have you enjoyed it?
It was good. Good win.
It was a good win. Did you enjoy it, Rosie? Good. It was a good win.
Always
even
good
though we
win.
thought we were going to lose, we didn't. We
No,
won.
we didn't. I didn't.
And it's happy days. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us a like before you go. And if you are new, subscribe, because, well, why not? Thanks for doing it. It's free. It's
And
good
we
fun.
won.
And we won, exactly. Mark C says, ladies, everyone, keep smiling. Indeed, we will for the rest of the week, certainly. And the good thing is that Arsenal can't spoil my week off now, can they? Because we're not playing all week as well, which is even better. So that's good.
True.
Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you soon. Join me on Talk TV in the next probably half an hour or so, when I'll be on there. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Looking forward to. Hopefully, there's a Man City fan on with me. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That would be a lot of fun. Let's hope so. But if not, it doesn't matter. I'm going to enjoy it anyway. So join me for that. If not, I'll see you on the next one next week. Take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching. Come on, you Gunners. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Oh!